I declared my intention. At the Umba. Okay, 4 days ago, just one day after I declared my intention to serve our great party as National Communications Director, I was picked up and detained by Yoko. A false narrative was put out about my arrest, but Ghanaians are not fools, and neither are the good people of the New Patriotic Party. The facts and the truth will prevail. For the records, there was no discussion of any 55 million Ghana cedis with me by Yoko. None. To every party faithful who hit the streets, who raised their voices, who refused to be silent, I saw you, I heard you. From my detention, word of your protest reached me, and it kept my spirit standing tall. You did not just defend Dennis Miracles Aboagye, you defended the principle that no voice can be intimidated into silence. Let me be clear. If the intention was to break me, it has failed. If the intention was to scare me, it has failed spectacularly. I will lead New Patriotic Party's Communications Directorate to command the narrative, and no cell, no false story, no intimidation will change that. Fuel has only been added to fire. To my legal team, party leadership, and every single supporter who stood with me, thank you. This journey is no longer mine alone. It is ours. We move stronger, louder, together, built to lead, ready to win. So when on other two so
and nasem to man nasem tia I'm trying to send ma near Dennis Miracles Aboagye kan say wapie watie si abonten na no chi omoche no say wonam biu na ese bail ne nsaka na ne ho eden wompa aba wo bibie mu no peso akire mu say ennan pepe pa wodi tudwa nena ye chiri yo di tudwa se opeso ogina epre nipa se bank town bofo e de amnpp amanyoku no ene ye be so ano ye be chiri no na chiso a omochi no e de ne ko Yoko honom no oman se on se omkata omde ba ya wo kan bi no 55 million asem no omkan ye ne enti a omafre no wo se ko omde no ko ye no woman kan omune na nka bibia amfa 55 million no send ye beto abonten say ya friend because of 55 million no ko edu omde ball no asemo e ka che nko mo bia amfa 55 million no eho tini ofeso kan ne say wo mu a epieye omu a e ka bie mu a musonu mu oda mu nyina mase papa wo hu mo ni obi ayeye no wo hu wate oda mase papa na ene ya wode kasa se obi kasa o ye be ka woni ahye so de obiare ni ho betumi ayesa ne woso ye no man wo se wo beye na afekura na omude ayi petro agujenum wo bede se bro na MPP amanyoko dibire a wo pre no wadi animu wo kasem e de abo amanyoko ni tisamire no
I see, but national organizer for the New Patriotic Party, so the krata beto abonto say Nana Boakye, don't know friend Nana B, lawyer. Raymond Archer and Yoko's false narrative against Miracles. In their haste to justify the Justipo-style arrest and detention of Dennis Aboagye Miracles, Yoko has put out a narrative carefully created to paint a picture of guilt. Particularly, Yoko has suggested that the co-suspect with Miracles has voluntarily started refunding monies, loot. What Yoko fails to tell the public in this narrative is the following. 1. That the co-suspect was specifically surcharged by the Auditor General in his 2025 report, following which the co-suspect commenced payments to the state after agreeing on a payment plan with the concerned institutions. 2. The Auditor General did not find anything wrongdoing in relation to Miracles and therefore did not surcharge him at all. 3. That the payment by the co-suspect began as far back as January 2025 and the impression created that it is only upon his arrest recently that the co-suspect began payment is misleading, as the bulk of the searcher's sum has in fact been paid before any complaint was made to Iyoko. 4. Importantly, that the co-suspect has on multiple occasions specifically exonerated Miracle Sabuaji of any wrongdoing in connection with the searcher's sums being paid. 5. The impression created by Iyoko in a statement that the commencement of payment suggests some wrongdoing involving Miracles is therefore deliberately calculated to taint public opinion against Miracles. And 6. Investigative bodies owe the public a duty of accountability and impartiality, hence must not appear to be contriving narratives that justify unlawful actions. Nanabi ana onosudi way abetu abati. So me lo a pencil ka sembi no pay and hamakoma na ebomi hu. O se dem kofui they are no what you wo drama na actually when you maoye, that's the fancy language.
And only as some make us all mine. Yet, dear, Kainia, ye Diane say, Yeniani, or say, or my affair, ye seeker. And to woo na ye did to me na mass, and ye cocody a seeker free or my ye. Till ye da say, one number quite so. No, I do ye seeker free or my or dear my. But near lawyer pencil okay. Musha dabe ye de musha dabe kika we for 4 good years. Obereno na ya nyi teku emfri nipa no. Because near makashe nipa team for Miracles die ho no. Na anu say amanfo omusi efie bi ye ne dia ewe kropon. Kotwa efie ne beto ho no mo na ye rane commentary to ase. Say your main sika e na Miracles de akosi sa dan no a. Namu namra kwai so. Na musi yekita dansie eti Miracle say e dan we yekita dansie eti dan we say Miracle say wia wo man ni sika na odi akosi a na nipa hu enye sa wo hu man ni edikai me pani bi asem bi ba biribi atwam sa ata na me wo Hot FM e ma pani no da me meeting no amene ne ka say o man unim o se me ma change o mu school 3 times. Wa changing in my school 3 times. Or the manico school one more. No be a quarter who say, and Kwalawe papa na yesi we sika say no.
Kwalawe papa. Teacher
didn't many school for crime person money and money bekasa. It you do baby no or school or new school. Never say home school. Later nearby and so say sika na sem no cry no. Enti say ye bon nipa kwa dua. E was say ye famra kwan no so hwe say charge na ye de abon nipa no because letter na bi de ba ya o my woken say abantie no kura mpo no a ye say wono age atum a wotua sika no say nye yoko ene ma yoko na twen no na wotua sika no auditor general hwehwemu a ye no public accounts committee fo bekom ehwo na abeda die say nipa we wadwuma yo musika say yayira amana dia tumutua but the letter no efi yoko ho ba ye no wo hwe the language of the letter o man the eka no was like say yoko fo afresa abantie no ka Dennis ho no na okoye no wage atum ene wo tua sika no asam no so ye ka wo pese hu the link between the ye kan na me ne lawyer Abraham Amalibe twetwe nkomo ne o kan ne say okay maybe he was the CEO for adwuma no a na bantie wo ya accountant wo mu asika fa ne nsase no eti as the CEO no yetimi question no but no na waka se sia say yesi abantie na nkasa mpo no
do kro mo ni abrantie ne dinkita ho no
ni o kan say we de onim ho hwe e na auditor general report no sumu no Dennis dia amem enti ma ye nheda moja dede because din say ye wo hoi me de oman so obi edi oman sika nko ade a e wo se ye gi ye sika ba say ye hyeda so e penti nipa bi black e sei nipa keke e kwotwitwa ejapade ne ye nipa de ne enya ne de nyina de betoto ho se oman ejapade ni akwi ejapade ni na uni charge bi a wo de bo me a
what we are used to a court of public opinion. That's exactly what we are used to say. Yamfa oman hini edin to ho
And people must start to say, that's what so we say they should be suing people.
That's what we're used to.
Because Attorney General put the cases we are by more penina ba saying where the same way they were different quarter.
All because we want to satisfy a certain group of people.
Defamation.
See, that make us say anti a year of chumwe mamina danoba a news file bubusa question first Gloria Den and Ofuri board. This one I'm asking myself. You see a queen man, as you say, they be the ya can drama today. And they be done 1 year political actors. No more doing say, one kwan in him day. Apart from no intricacy in your maybe modern, Ubia does not see true. Oh,
nipe who mine, nipe who baby or monkey,
but that's what I'm saying. Say, San your more yen, no, dear hard woman, ye, and no, my baby and sapum. Ya dad yen almost say no. Or more high ye because in fear night, o de kan fie ho a onna so nyina ba bia o gine ho osika semu apom din ho onkwa na eka wa asase we so eti se obi betra so mfie nan obi betra so mfie nwotwe na ade ese fata se wonsaka
wonsanka
ko obo ho modin wonsanka eye anibrisem
ne wo se ye hwe wan hu se ye
enya gudi
te se ye tu galam se ase ye we ne e bebo abubu o kire ya
enya gudi obi sa betra wo so mfie nan mfie nwotwe na wan kasa hwe se me ne asumasi ana so obente na wa anum sei na se de obi apa ka kire ya ne se obeye yie wo my Ghana mu dia
ko politician
ade se o ya ne se o ye obi aye manyoni sa ne pese ka no afri se obenya tumia ana me kai wona ya manyosem se obenya tumia tumi no wono nya ya ne ye besum wo ade ba kwa se oti ase no biribia da ye bete wase ne enya omu gidie ni aka se wo na wo kra ye dia kobɔ sha ase so eyosum but you rate me free ye ho completely na ebia akofa
ye Felice wo se omo a atu aba na ye free ye ho
you rate me free ye ho very very important mami we min komo ina mesambra na ye hwɛ saa voices mean and there's something unique because that make us say ye koni say pa dia ebeboa because ebre bi ba na say eton portions of Achimota phrase okay na ye tia me kai say recognize Japan interview be obi ni your car say there be da say sanity me kai pa there be da
enya kwamna Japan ya atachia
kwamna Japan so because there be da me tia say bia ya sheda yes so say no matter the explanation me tia say so engineer no chechibo so just this afternoon I me say Yera Kwachufu so announced say the sector minister for lands was say cabinet ajia to say sa bia obia yetiti say enko abusuan na nkora bi onyina no hihye mu ya sa yini na ya sa twiri nyina amana beka forest but menti ho na see because but say ye attachment edene anase what really is a challenge Yera Amakofi Bua apom say Bibi aboko de na o temene de o temene bajo temene Yera bajo temene
me too
very good well my hand na boko de
Nyame adom
ye da nyame asese wajebre na ye nkomo bia ye bo wadaroma ho akohia so de nchiremu bre ewie ya na enya ntie se menkai no ye wan brofo kasa mo de betwire ho no na afie bia sa da tie nya sa so na tie na de nchiremu no ede amayen just minute bako na ne tenti nyina ne se o kire se sa asase bi hu nsema epeja ne mu baaye ebere bi atwam no efa Chimota Forest nei mo ye hihye sa de sansase nyina esa aba abegina ba bi egina sa na tie
no kwapa sir unim say Chimota Forest the only forest the whole city of Accra and its environment aka na yeba yehwe asem no na ehia pa say senior forest eno na emaye mfa ankeza yembibia ye protection ehia forest na bibia ye twitwa bibia ma eno nko aka nti yehwe asem no na ehia say acreage bia ye twa say yedi ama sebio ebusuano at this point no see a reverse side decision no nti me joku say sebio so obi anya japade bi wo mu a omo modern constitution constitution back to the state and under the protections and direction of the Forestry Commission. It's now a forest reserve.
Enti mamenti me ho ase oba mame miamia hodo na I affected by some decision here no make
so we share EI 144 now it's called EI 235 now there was specific acreage you need numbers no but there was specific acreage any specific areas inti say you can say EI no revoke I just say all the areas covered under EI 144 that yes EI 235 in India has been affected. In the last specific area no under EI 235 in India are back to the state. It's now a protected forest reserve.
It me makoto bi wa busia ho a eno no afri mi sa.
Mpacho ai.
Aban be so ma se okwan bi so na busia na so ma se.
Ho and me minimze be kambani aban kan say senior tie bia no sa forest no ye hia ho na more than sika priceless say ye money gina ho ne protect and life wo aka inti aban de desert so inti forest reserve ni akeka ye kire nyina no eno betumi aka ho asa.
But how well are we going to protect it? Because normally that's what we do. Yebe we kama. Ebe we echiru na adi aya jibra reverse say nyina the TBM as forest no. Ebe we echiru as akwa
and say tumi Ghana for no. And say aban bia ti ase sa beboa. Because so kai senior sa forest ya sem ne ba ye na Ghana for nyina mu nyina mo kan ho asem no. Em say going forward, and Sabembia also or TSS Ghana for MPC you trust our forest. But TSS German as well.
I see. Okay, forest. I said the Ingra Bia Ghana for the energy once we air forest, the last conversation I have with Ghanaians was issues about 1. Corporate mining, 2 reclamation, and 3 and she say mudi egu akwem and mudi egu akwem said ye beya a former good year ye tour into the one kwazo no etimi abra. So one after the other on matters of a year reclaiming in Sasia Hodua na a year ye didi wo maseno no and want them to say
well okay ye buy no ye become betu me just say forest reserve you twetwa akoye area ase a claim no o kan nyina bomu a more than 10,000 football fields Chekra Forestry Commission by can say o sa data no kra na ye de buy na ye 2021 data na omode up to 2024 kan ho no since ya no baby I see claim is more than 12,000 football fields na chese esu ankasa area ya say no SCA claim with this asika to ho we are talking about more than $10 billion na enuntina aban area to just say the corporate institutions ne na beboa this year aban be and so the say last year corporate support to me claiming just about 1,500 acres this year private support, you target about 1,500. A bank target this will be claim another 1,000. Now, a idea as a guardian and what you say. Forests are what I see protected. And I make us my good news back. Good news back on say, yeah, by one announcement I hear say, your forest Libya a red zone, I just say. Galam safe one name, Nkofo Mukite, two not taking over. What's the commission for the new Raho? And then we can say, Yamia Dom since December of last year, in a reason all our forests is now under firmly in control of the Forestry Commission. As you see, Amukrano, Forestry Commission are creating permanent places among forestry guards in some of the forests.
Last Minister Pacho, a bit of clarification here. As we speak, all forests are nipe binu fa kwati kwasuko uremu a omudidimu on record.
Back.
On record. Is that
what ni babonu for no. They be among tries or mukum. Just in the last 2 months. Or more tries or more take over some of the forests. And the difference now Bemuni say anytime they try forestry guards, with the support of NIMOS, clear more with the support of the security service, it clear more quickly. And Omunya quite take over permanently. And as you say, you need red zones, And it is a good progress.
I see. Once you talk about NIMOS, we've also heard and read, say, there are parallel teams along NIMOS. And you be sanction any other parallel group be aside NIMOS, Anna?
NIMOS is the only sanctioned force. And remember, say NIMOS, is made up of the Ghana Armed Forces, is made up of the police, is made up for immigration officers, made up of FBI and other intelligence officers. Into NIMOS, is a combination of security services. Is the only sanctioned group. Everybody say once in a while when they want to do certain major operations, additional force, they will ask for support. But when there's no other sanctioned group, this is another para group. I can tell you it's an illegal force.
And your name was under sanction yet. And you're now sanction yet. NIMOS are working in collaboration with the MMDs as Ironfono and as a content crow or one of your Majuma.
Sir, NIMOS enter every district as required, I think it's only fair that they will, pay courtesy call or inform DC and MC, inform regional ministers of their work. Occasionally, they do not have to do that, especially when it's security demands there. It's almost directly. But that's what happens.
So far,
coordination for NIMOS is also been working with some of the Blue Water Guards in the various districts, who give them intelligence.
I see, and also Unya Kwenya at the figures be true.
Yes.
Galamsey fight 258 suspects arrested in 6 months.
The last 6 months. 6 months.
Hey.
Yeah. I
Anna still.
Any ammunition 1,600 and something. And a 2 ASCZ from South Group, is 124. Oh, yes, ammunition. So two. And yet, a very serious business. Like, what it means is that Kofonibia or Moyes are illegal mining, they are armed and dangerous.
I see. Na unya backlash and kasa ode river is it river guards?
Blue water guards.
Blue water guards ode mobile. And they are they still in active service? Are they working?
Very active. Me can say so far so we're roughly around 2,000. Since last year, recruit more. But they are making a lot of impact in the various riverine areas, working, providing intelligence, providing education. Meaning, me see the 5 areas, pillars. Number one, me say, Galamsey ese yensu ese asase a edi yare eku yen no yen Ghana fo nyina asade je kwan be na yen nyina ye beti ase ese ya adia ese nyina ye original na obi ye bia ye kire no kwan internal education public engagement is number 1. Second one, any reforms are in the Minerals Commission and the regulatory agencies. And then we announce major policy changes. When mining policy has been in place since 2014. The assistant of cabinet approval. Now, near my room, going forward, the process new mineral art in India. Open licenses in the process of licenses, over started with district. Aqua district mining committee. Mobile recommendation. So okay, all these years there be any yes. I hear it in the baby or to one and go for beef and crabba. I'm say any year was I say we are J. The Baba Galam say. Now says yes a cocoa was a cocoa and so censure ben censure men. Yes, side the best and then community for no so Modi assassin mobile, Mamma Mumba blame you be and then they said one can a mobile recommendation. Say, oh, aha, or penalty, farmer or moon, and no home. I say, will be all signing mining leave for any mining program or best signing community development agreement, any community, no. Now, community natural near ma or satisfy all two. Corner obey your mom, and also you're very, very important. And I asked some as a recognizance license in there. Training in the only exploration license, and they are restricted to only 5 years.
Okay.
See, since about also go for the money needs to account to our money, or more speculators, or more so.
How much did you get?
Now, yes, 5 years, so I want to be young Wajima,
I see. Yambra Afe, and she say, I would go a quema. Yes, that illegality, no. A bit me, and no bit me a brass, because one, you mujidi, and your mujidi sunko, and a reflective or aba yakotu yenimu 5741. Key amongst them was the quest and the belief, Sabuba Kwetia. A former good year tour into no nekwaso.
Yeah.
So how well the motimi are regulating the front of a year mining? I mean cooperative mining.
And I'm making a kwambe yin and go for to baby I say yes you. Go on to gold. How many baby a gold you are? Number 1, ya in your private boy say. Ya activated Ghana Geological Survey then as is here. Omo ye exploration ye the go board no omo ye MDF no omo ye boa ama omo discover a lot of places send ye be ya ye be to identify what they call mineralized areas e just say obia person ye say juma na ye be kire ne kwan papa cooperative mining ya ye dia be and also ye wo hu ni say se ja me no ka say for 3 billion. And I'm engaging in mining education in almost 7 districts. A kwambe so na ofaswa. Yeah, atia illegalities no. Now we educate you among so say. When na say ye, open so ye mining na say nsuo mu de obejai. We any say. Yeah, training over 9,000 young people. Yeah, di almost our program no more. Then you be ya omuna be hu ekwanpa ye fa so ye be ye. Nti ye fa so je so nkwankon ye the education, ye the training, ye the innovative programs here Makika nyina, and I think a combination of this is going to really make the difference.
My main draw me listeners me viewers no in one no busa question but say minister ye tie okasa o kanyina but still akwasi kumi say Galamsey still is on, please check it.
Meka bibi Mika say Sabio ubisa me say Galamsey 1.5 years ye tu ase Meka say no ye tu ase na between time I share Jimaya Sinisi difference abemu ambeka say nyame anim no ye make progress ankasa na minim say Ghana fo nyina ye koso ne ye educate omo ne engage omo ne ye ma omo train ye bedu ba bia ye nyina ye ti ase say mine no bit my ye no compass wa ensa yinsuo ensa yensase ensa ye forest
da be ne bedru ho
me nyame bo a ebedu ho enche
da be no
oh nyame bo ebedu ho ana me ken eti say mine na say but progress are you making it say on a daily basis you are seeing the number. Look, last year this time now forestry commission by the data be by no almost say excavators or more season was over 100 and something. This year up to July excavators are forestry season only 6. You know what it means? So say there's season more than almost 4,000 excavators yes season with the Tamahabo, AC Tamahabo. All those excavators in Camino say anka scatter and forest needs you in a assembling the program for Faba. Open say with the excavator backroom ha. Say and point idea with the baby. You bet tracking above also a big Joe fence no. The BBI econo. And no a honor a coca just a taqua. A honor so we are tracking it in the Minerals Commission operating with the modern technology so e can won a fighting. Nti akwe na nimi doso na in the end no e se ekna yenga na fo nyina yakoma se ye be kun atie galamsey no na nkofo a enye nkofo no mo wo efom nkwa o nkofo no mo hyesu mu a omudi o musika big man e se nyina ye yi o mo pie ya ma mrane no omudi.
I see. If you've just joined us, I wrap up a conversation on Sector Minister Lands and Natural Resources. But on the issue of excavators in there, I think the policy regime, Amodi Abano, I would say thumbs up. And the Sector Minister for Transport,
yes.
is it Nikpe? Yes, and then maybe the Agric. I said triangle, the Minerals Commission. So the last time I got education on it, Obi anywhere or the excavator beba. Obefa the say Okoya no
what do you say? Enter regime and inspection regime no. Na excavator DVL crime register. Na just what the buyer now what do you call?
So that one the thumbs up because
you need DVL for net.
Yes. That education. I thought yes. That was very, very good. And I'll continue to thumbs up a year more. But finally, Minister, admit say Galamsey fight, enye ejuma ketwa. Finally, admit that
Galamsey first to have said it.
Yeah, admit
to have said it. Now, Sammy to me never catch or say Forestry Commission you need red zones there because Galamsey for ya pamo more finua. Yeah, progress. Sammy to me catch or say excavators there 4,000 because you see say inquiry yes easy this is to reach that. Now progress. It's the American say you into Galamsey na here. You see I mean okay say current rotation. Ejumana namos for you na you na heading into you decided say every 1 year there is a rotation. Yeah, the for but near you know just say we are in the right direction. Now we have to work hard to get to this point where we can all be proud. So be a better mining responsibly and sustainably. That's it.
Finally, here Bobby so finally, where there are 2 beds, one stormy fan killing 2 beds. Yeah, you say, yeah, drew baby, I say, yeah, ma, a ho, and a man for MBA large scale, and a small scale, and a didicano. They're tossing be that sophisticated gadgets are these illegal miners no mostly at the core your forest reserves to south from a good year and the strategy being a model to acquire
Bakwa ye the aba a new law na ye be pass no and say the new category be by a friend medium scale mining now a woman says what's some kind no kwebe small scale mining yes start here and san ye the whole it was for Echo first stones no more na omo goat. Ansa na saa excavators ni niam abemu. Ena nkrofo di sika wura mu a damage yen. The bomber the new category. Yenti na ehia. What they ehia ni say ultimately we are hoping and we believe the small scale will be really rudimentary business for some crofo ye train omo aye cooperative mining. Yense asase. But medium scale, an opportunity to scale Ghanaians into the mining industry in a big way. Senebeya, omube ejumani ye na ultimately almost for large scale mining. Mining na chese omo so eye no na ye kire omo ekwampa ye. Enti bakwa ye dia ba mu se sa foreigners na omo hihye kire in the dark no. Yeah, you in the medium scale sector. Medium scale will still be for Ghanaians there. And so there's some flexibility there, sir. So we are Ghana Nina say open resources now open funding now so we say foreign partner 40% of that small scale can so that we can really get them to be part responsibly openly.
I see. Minister, yebedase na your last slot. They say bebia ma identify as a beer modibeye responsible or as you put it corporate mining. Madaruma, Moma people who qualify. How we can get those assets? Because the last time I checked, Namoko Brekum any somewhere around Eastern region, the people did not understand that intent.
Your communication, your engagement. Near a woman is and you are right. And you are woman. So what the program say back now program near your community centers. Near your person we and say the community own it. Say we can do two and more educate two or more. Now we show more and say one na more fano now we be many more say. That's ambani sana say omutuwana udinkofobi fiakrako enye star corrections na yeye ama cooperative mining na yeye.
So Mesmeda wasina meja o say adwuma we wadaroma wa hobrasiem adwuma ne say mba to your attention take time off drive to Asokwa Adansi Asokwa agenda 111 hodom no na ko hwe woni so ade na adwada se unya bra metimi ni wa bonkomo biem
medasi ire se adwuma no
madasi p yeah sector minister lands and natural resources member of parliament Elembele, is that correct? Elembele, right?
Elembele.
And what's that parliament
Elembele obi obeba hobia odani Mugabe.
Say yeah, Papa, chairman, MPP chairman.
Elembele Mugabe.
Oh no, okay. It is the Mugabe chairman.
Elembele fono munya jidie wo mu.
Omunya jidie.
Ewo mu. No mo to abama wa. Okoche. Ena se nipa iso ayebo omudin nyina no se ko constituency ho na wo hwe grounds a
omoye
adwuma. Me the last time me ko ha chepa na we be a recreational center before the elderly amabo ade na make and na minim but when you listen our grounds constituency ho no mo a omo to abama na wo bo omo so bo but omaye minister wie wa hu
o de
wo say na wo ka excavator na de no excavator na de say obi ka say ho munya ade a no boy because enu ne kowura mu hono na nsemoni ebekoso nyina edi nemmom se ye fa de ni nyina ne kasiem se galamse kun na minister ye se ye make wo se galamse kun firibra wo ba ye
galamse
ekun
yes
ye kun atia galamse e wo mayimu wo modern motesen a omonyo enkontabu a wabu tire ye wie nyina no man. When you go to the ground so pass will be time say job day ground na ground so say ye adwuma wo hono no eni ye reports a ye nya no enu ti emi de say wo bi sa no about say forest amanfo etu galamse wo mu no o mapam mu nyina afiri mu when say o ka say an na wo say bi sa no na obeka so na mum wo pam no na biba
nemum
say ye pam na biba the other means say we can fight the fight
nemum
yen tumi nkokon no say yen tumi ampe kwan a ye befa so a say ye pamwa wuntumi nsan mam no say okuko no ko nanim no ebi asina chidi a that means say ye yankon no ye nu ba bi adiduru ne edika no oman ne edi wo bio sa cooperative mining way enne date ye say na 15th
July
ye mo date we nto honom say ya nhwe ni yi a eye community mining ni nua ni we kura de be ni nua panic nkon
say enemi nyina no at
the same agenda omani swadi hunu baako edin na asesa but bebi okodu ye ne say
reference it as community mining
na me say community mining ni sinto ba mu nti na me ka say ahwe ya we be ni nua pani we kura de tokura beba mu e be chen community mining wunim na anu ya ye nua dela dela wunim so wo minerals commission
yes
minister constituency one more minister nka say ne constituency one elembele ho no mo kwa lanchi cooperative mining
cooperative
when say minister can be say a communication gap he's the one in charge if there's a communication gap he's the one in charge enti ye den na hwe de la mo kono wahu oman omuso omudi kan ema obi siesie akire say boabo edom na no mo a community no because say wo se ani omokasa nipa no omuka che ne se omo abo adoma no omuko e no na kosi billboard e the mining company bidin atoso e no start no mining e no start no wo tu galamse no ho no mo
abo adoma no ni nipa mekasa no
yes organizer you wo constituency o ndc organizer you wo constituency omuko e no wo tu enu na kofa oni de lantam ntokwa dano mi interview o mawia wo adomefe behwe wono say obi wo minerals commission wa mani tumi so tumi ye na de la no entie nipa kro na de la be si nipa kro achi nwunan se ya nhwe ni yi a won say o say community mining so omko e na galamsey no ye
because uni tumi say obedi sa ade ahyansode no
ekura be si wo wa bra yem dwumadie ni yem ya no ye ne nananu mu nhia ye eti se minister pese adwuma wei wo ye magana fo bo na baso a there's more room for improvement in the
okaso
be improve betima improve nemom so be kono water gas a wo de o magu nsuo so a pane ekura wo munim se ne yesisina pane na o ma be hu tuoto galamse fo no hwenne wonse o no okaso si tuododo o maje
tuododo no hotel
akwafa SS graduates ene yenumu ayegufie a tuokura mi hu bi dade makotene nsuo so se me ne galamse ni a wono no wotu AK47 me ne no enkoko eti water gas ne de me o man se obisa me a I see it say waste of money ye waste se nine mosofo no abi ene ye beja wo nsuo no so se ya sojafo no a wo hu aden obetumi ne mantie na si agan na enu ye ja wo nsuo no so a enu ni adwuma e wosa ye na emom kofa saa emabunu we hye da asa ya ma adwuma ye asa tete napko lai bisa ni am mu nkotena nsuo no so hu ni omo ye ebedu ache ye so makatua kambo so memiensa yentu omuka na enu ye ne ye be ye hu news minister say me say adwuma we okasa obeya because me wo bi obeka che me say galamse ye tu asie bia no me pese me hu se asuo tano asuo densu asuo pra eniate ansa na watumi aka kire ye say you making improvement wujiji tuo wie na still na ensuo no ente ya na se nipa da so tinsuo no so eti minister ene nkonta ne de wabu eye pa sa adwuma wo ya abebu nkonta nemum adwuma no wunuru ba bia.
Mr. About some just in, New Patriotic Party annuls purported constituency executive election in some selected constituencies and refers outstanding electoral disputes to the Electoral Affairs Committee. And I read, the New Patriotic Party has with immediate effect annulled the purported constituency executive elections conducted over the weekend in certain constituencies on the grounds that the elections were conducted in flagrant disregard of party directives, the rules and regulations governing the 2026 constituency executive elections, and where applicable, subsisting court orders. This decision was taken by the National Steering Committee at its meeting held on Wednesday, 15 July 2025, to, among other matters, review the conduct of the constituency executive elections held across the country over the weekend. The constituencies which the purported elections have been annulled are 1. Bantima, 2. Efija Sechere East. Hey, the whole the three. At the honor, Yenia,
Moja Hugu, no.
3. Adansia Sukwa. The National Steering Committee has also summoned the Ashanti Regional Steering Committee to appear before it on Tuesday, 21st July 2026, to account for the circumstances surrounding the conduct of the elections in the affected constituencies. And they wrap it up. Additionally, the committee has referred the election issues related to Asante Achim Central, along with all other unresolved constituency election disputes, to the Electoral Affairs Committee of the National Council for their advice and recommendations. The party wishes to assure all members that it remains firmly committed to upholding the rule of law, ensuring strict compliance with the Constitution and regulation, and preserving the integrity, credibility, and transparency of its internal democratic processes. And a sign, Dankwa Smith Bute, National Chairman, Acting, and General Secretary, Justin Kodia Frimpong.
Asante Achim Central, then so on man nullify na na say no edaso ho.
Debi Asante Achim Central dey ohwe.
Because no who say
Asante Achim Central dey no eno so o say ni na no mo dey call Electoral Affairs Committee.
Okay. Until you take a final decision,
yes, that decision will be taken for and Electoral Affairs Committee of the National Council only be a call for recommendations.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, Basa Siwana.
What no more and say what na injunction that so nanso omo abano baby I was say say be ye toye. Na emekuduka constituency also nka ho.
The takwa
and some come. There's a word there, no BBI.
So we have Bantima Fija Secretary and the other is Nafia Sent. So that's it.
Okay, oh my.
Okay, but that's it. Bibi Obima Edbaka and Sana. You should talk about the Kamana.
In Trem, Yamina, who are mobile. It is a man for us and Yachichi, so be and will be to my chicken shoe. Yachichi. Oh dear, oh dear, Unipacro be been a yam fan 2 years, na yes, Yachichi, so be and will be to me Yachichi. No, for the Bremon concept. Oh my, oh be and when an an will be called one who's a kind where this can do a none in Suruguabonte, or be and one will be to me Yachichi, so Senya make Casemi Tonsia, can you hear young can she better go be uncle Pomo Chichi Binanchi Chenanya Wadi. Kawunche now, share. Yanyema enne yi no yemfa ntu yi MNDC no a omoma ultimatum say na sei edan no omoma akemake bi say yenyi mfrinhie kwamu omunwie ya omo so omatwa na nchie 32 ne ya wose oma presini fufuo die ene chese oti excuses na ye basa omonhwe na omonye because sensuo sa to bieu kese bieu na oman esa fa nipa bieu a wasa yeti no jam ye biem ne hwe ne ewom
se ye trase
ema ne esi na anu ebi sa si bieu animanimu ya ye wom ya wo se ebie yetim ne hwe adekore dem me de wasi
ekwa batwa be dase for aye awie nso onkomode da afere si ehu sky coach ne GS oni 80,000
ye coach no
se na ye si en kanche ba ye ko ba ide ya boy
na se da bia ye ko ba ye boy amane
Kel Chaco toothpaste, another quality product from Samara Company Limited. Kweshi bina eto apostle sonko a ehwama ene ohome a ohome nkai free won mobile bibia ko kama ediama afi e ma se da fita kama na masaka o se e bana hodin edem ene kikawa bia so e free oprekope edema sa eye toothpaste bi Chaco toothpaste Kel Chaco toothpaste upe biata dodo na nkasa de o fresh Samara Company Limited 0246864798 and 050145446 na watimi no na dinkita Franco Trading Enterprise phone papa efi ene honum say Nokia Samsung iPhone Smart TV sanase Franco air condition a free 1.5 horsepower copy 2.5 horsepower chest freezers and a refrigerators ni nyina no obenya bi ato microwave blenders, electric stove and a CCTV cameras no ni nyina so obenya bi the car there back say discounted 40%. It's very important. So beton your papa say pa there free Franco Air Trading Enterprise. Free 0246 422338 0246 422338 now timini won edi eyenkita hu Tabia Herbal so de no ahodo mako ena badwa so ebia ne dwumadi a edidi bo ani padua no yewo eye Tabia Herbal capsules no ekutia yemtim ane yewo eye Tabia Zone Care eye immune booster ane yewo eye Tabia Takum and also alcohol bianca ho made with honey, purely organic, and also my bemagina brand yankasa and after the akutia malaria nankasa Tabia Herbal mixture. Senry machu me biani juma edi okwanso kusi oba fre Tabia juma kono 0243 6861 0243 6861 and 0245 749206 na watimni won edin kita hu. Well, we yankoma abribia da yedi enti yeshimukina 24-hour American automobile service for no one as abetinasi. In fact, my phone they afide dome da papa asmame se obefi na obe polish yeni na odi jumaso kuna car so be no because you see bia self-registered spray joint one no emu nyina say etimidanasi na miani medas na ene de minim nyoma hodo asade abeka ana mrantie so use omo no o car na say the scene obe ya pepem nyina dia ma 24-hour American automobile service efendi agro yedi ho adanse free se nyoma pa no moye bibia danso awutu na mompa no na yeso ye boa o se bibia be ko kamade ma o ene de na abeka ho bi ni ene de kan 11 tanan kaza ba no
me de nyoma be braba because my kono ha
okay
mako US
okay
said man free US na buy
okay
nti akofa nyoma no bebre e dia basese a flood and issue to ye
okay
de ekoso ewo my kind e se etimi boa ne nyina no ye boaboa ye ho
good
ye de machine sonko bi aba eno no ye ba ofi a ye de machine a sheka na se ateche na wo ka na se no
eyi asie nyina
ehu hia se wo de ka na bekwa kosi ramp so se
ye de kurase
ne atiato ena brofo de nyoma different ena adwuma we ye adwuma mine for 25 years na me nin kan chia watiefo ansa etiefo amohwe me mamu nyina aha na me na customers a me ba sempa mo freme mu nyina me dam asepa se de dan na mudi adanse ye de nyoma foforo e de aba na adwuma no ye ba ye hu se Ghana enyoma ye yenti ye hyem kena na adwuma no atimi akoso uwo kura ewo kemu a kofo bebre wo kura ewo kem tefre ye de machine ba ejini pie okura be pie by force nti eno nso enye adro eye machine a ye de shampoo mu no na yi okura no emse ya bia ma papa bi o Ghana ha wo hu kwan a efa so eye yi na won krama ho nwi a me no be konchia ye tum krama ho nwi ase obi wo krama da bi od ne to kam nti krama no ho nwi na agika no mu nyina afa otenam no be frika no mu kura bonse no ho nyina ye krama ho nwi eye krama hihia but as I said, baby, we be free na etumi ko wan yi bia mfiri mu a enye yi enti ye wo ho machine ye de eya enkrama ho nwi no ni nyina nso etumi eye de epie wan se nsuo to ye ntontom bowura kam manfo yade ne ade air condition de mu apro no ye siesie air condition mu fi because ateche na kom enti wo so condition am from a pipe
bibiama
ye the machine wo ho a ye de hyemu a within just 2 minutes e be yim ana ye de we so aba we dey once me ye say ase bibi
efimu ba
yes we no be so wo so sika no mu a da roof no so moa wo mu a ekuno
ana pampan so hwamo
spray sa wom a wankasa wate nyam na yes enti wo ho abo se we nankasa betu etu a hwehwehwam
enenam
car no de kumwa no yesan ewo we wo ho we ni de adrosem but we ni de wa wo de nsuo keke na egum
ana begum
nsuo na wo de gum no circulate yi aboa bia wo car no ekono
nsuo no
yeah nti sentontom because machine o maye but wo de ordinary water ya na begum nti wo de ordinary water no gum a na machine anka so waso na eyi adwuma we use type C charger utimi charge no kam eno anso obe charge na eyi adwuma nti ye wo we black wax na da bia me di ho adanse
yeah na me kam be buze dey ni
black wax
okay
o car ye wo car bia ne wax esese de ma no
okay
untimi nkofa car bia wax keke emfama no ana bofa ye bofa car ye de machine fa ho no ye wo foam pad bia ye use ma car bia because untimi nkofa rough pad ma black car menye wo ya sa swear mark ebeba ho esa wo ye no first stage second stage third stage and sign out the black waxy at the afa and sign out we are with the final spray at the shine car no nti car no twam wo ho a who say yes car na ekwe dan me call baby na papa bi catch him so America for there momfa mo car ni agro ye betimi aye bi wo ha ma ye because kroma ye nya trading wo nya trading wo do nsa kɔ wo car ho a ebe ye wo boka na wo de atoka sika keto bi faje car no nkwa na nya dai enye ye ne nya ye ntimi nya dai enko yanim nti black wax nso wa ha ye de air refresher aba we de fofofo obi atimi to bi si ne kem e de si kem sticker was ye de sima na ache no ye sa ton battle o pe battle de America battle aba but ye de battle na ba no the jam box wa wo hwe me ye nie ho e bia nsuo tutoi
battle na ba wi no de jump no nsuo tutoi we best dabanyane na che wo battle wo start na nyenyenyenyenyen wanye so onko no aba enie we assign a pompe tie ka ho we no
yeah 4-in-1 utimi the charge your laptop utimi afidie ekuta me ya oh enie na roma
emudruzu
bibia wa ha ehun ne omani na wa ha
eti we no o de pompe tie asa dia a charge a jump
jump start
now we are wasa dia charge you phone and say
I light nso wom flashlight nyina wom e na ye white na flashlight nti utimi so we no your friend 4-in-1 utimi the charge your tablet utimi the charge your computer no bo fofofo kwa ho e bo ne da form a
ene 24-hour America
ya person obia kana ni bia timi nya bi
wow
e won ho wow na wo car no so scratches wo ho a scratches
and the cars do na scratches wo
ho bra ye be yamau highlights
wo be scratches no
wo be use to work send the 1000 wakono 2000
na no be fi we nyina ho na wanya na wo family de wo boko
senaja ebre no nti fa che ye be sa ba biem me sa ba ho ma be ho ba ne de no kra ma no wa wo wie na the machine suso with the first rough pad be ye we are with the black foam pad e de atoso na we are what our boy use chemicals say we use wo hwe car na che wo se wanim obu wa drive ne car window kra no edu na dwo wo hu ade
ohuru mu da
ye wo glass cleaner papa ye de ye window mwankasa no wo ho hu say yes wo car na akui tinted ni ade on pepam wonya no hwe air condition wo siesi ye ba wo ho na se car na ye fit deeper ye tutu car seat no ye two seat ni na afrim ye wia ye ya sa fixe ye wo special shampoo machine a ye de yeah na sense no ade ba ko a ye de aba se ne be obi ahobeto no ye mechanic adwuma na sense ye ba wo ho na se wo pese ye check wo oil ye the synthetic oil aba efi abrochiri ena ma wo engine no etu amerika te se ponko ye the regular oil enso ede aba enti ye ba ye ton coolant sane o manyina ye ton but ye ba ne detail ye mechanic ka ho a ono okuta one car enti ono be check sane o manyina se at the level gauge ede amount o wi wa check wo brakes no and make sure say brakes no eda no kwaso ye wi ya diagnostic car na hwe se na ho odent say
it's a complete
e wo ni na wo kam ye wo lift wo car no ye ba na car no pese ye pagya mo wankasa ye no wura ase na wa hwe ase no se ne wo car na ase rosto ye undercoding ye undercoding obu an car na ase atete apansam a rosto wonim eno an so so na matechem horo car na ase no wa hwe ni ya wo huru ni ya emma wo nko body shop da bia o ma hin ma me fa wanwie na che me fa phone numbers ntudwane enko da bia me ba ha obi a metaka
na me ka se wa mama kai obi wa ka se do we brutal
we too much ensia ye de horoka men condemn obi adwuma America sorry mpacho akoba America afanse me wono ha ensia de horoka wa kan ha no ensuo no bebre yetu men kasa bo ho ensuo enye enchine wom no
ko two form ensuo mi fi ho ase me gate ase me car door no aka obi no obi arrest ase ho nyina
that's it enchine wom no acid awom wo kokofro no enye one day na paint ni be face
ese dum jani nyina ani jani nyina dum
yes e fedi paint enti men kasa menye but
there hanyasa can credit trade because I have experienced that and go me enko so because car no boarding paint asem na form enti obi wo ha woni set se me na menim betu form nsu e timi de horo ka ba enye sanity
enye fa Ghana water
sanity
because Ghana water no or the far and room at the machine efefe mu ansa na pie but ye tu na ye gina so pompe no enchine na wom ne acid ne maka ne sen obi obeka say one day na bia mekoi no anya one day na ko etekimre but bedu ba bi no bo se car no efedi complete car no ebebra ansa na wo de aba freye ye ba ni nyina no ye dey ye ho adwuma menka se nkran ha ne de ensuo no nchine wom but ufri nkran de kon de na ensuo no emu ye ente ande obetimi ayusu enti ensuo a ye de horoka no esese no nso no yetumi di ho dwuma ye hwe ye wi a me de wo ba samna soap
what was it my convince no make ça ne fait bénéficier hwe sesia mark k kana wu misro de o kan obeka se bi o say hey Papa we can convince a Muslim to eat pork. There's a similar ton of coma. Oh, say, my case, I don't know, me baby, I don't know, be digwas over Maza. None of them try me surprise with you, no buy no only me being commoner, me share back with you, me say, Jibrena, Wajuma. Now, me and him, Ukraine, you pay free, now the difference between what ordinary washing be, no one swaji brabi sisi, which I wash. It is so. Make nyase bia otiaros
adwuma me ye Jones make me hwe book adwuma mine for 25 years nti adwuma opese ye horo ka ma wanye detail no nkwa na ye ofra ya ye ba ofie ye betimi aba be horo ka and no special package ye de be ma because obi wa ye detail ne dada esu ato atacha akum eno nkyerese san koye detail ne bi but ye ba ye wo quick detail ye horo ye pepepem quick ntentema ne ye nsan afiri ho ne ye ko ba bi foforo nti ofra ya eno so ye betia na me ka samna ye de horo samna ye de horo kan me ka we wi amawie samna ye de horo kan no me nkondemo samna ni bi wo ho a esese ehwe die
na wo ye nimdiefo e wo sa ade a wakosua ho o kasa ma obehu no obi akofa samna di horo chansi mu
ya fa horo
o kasa no obi akofa
kiso powder
the kasa no obi akofa omo no obi akofa other detergents no mo de horo ka di tire mu sa
ma mi kirem samna ya o ma hene bobodin na ya mfa horo ka kwasi broni ye samna ye de horo ka wax ewom asesa no ye de horo ka samna ye de horo ka no ye de bleach ene ye de ye bleach wom sani ebe ya wusi wontade a wusi atade na du ba bi kwa nipa nti wo kofa sa so pada na de ehoro ka na wo kwa ye de ma wo no ka hu se wo pa wo ka no because bleach na ewom no reduce clear coat na wo ka no so no because clear coat ye de go paint no so finally nti eno reduce no nti samna aje de horo samna ye dudware ye mfa horo
for alata sebra na so for laksa now the first upon for me
wrong totally
okay makese do cars what me say makese meti America odi do kanyina no minimpa
yeah now aban cars so ho a on betumi di aba ni na ye ho adwuma because me ye adwuma ma Prince William County Virginia Prince William County buses me na me horo okuta contract for ho ebo anwumre 8 o'clock ni akwa ye check coolant ye check oil ye check brakes nti anapa na 4 o'clock na drivers nbeba no ye twaka no yo pa pepem a shine tie the tie shine no ye windows ni hu se oil no bibia e adwuma nti so obi buses wo company na pesa wo ye ya ofre ya ye betia bo ni na your phone number na me di tudwe phone number no e 0599
to boss na bo
Pacho, I mean, 0 5 9 9 7 7 7 6 0 1 0 5 9 9 7 7 7 6 0 1. Another one so ho 0256
0256
10 7880
7880
and an office line. Our office is here. I'll be between the wedding come office.
Okay.
05 03 67 77 75 24-hour American automobile service. Yeah, they are brochure.
Abagana. Oh, when you're muffin in your OBU. Oh, too much.
Too much. Oh, my, we are too much.
Oh, you're too much.
Too much.
Oh, say, America, 24-hour American automobile service. Oh, muffin, you're
Madam Massey.
Yeah, that's it. All the time.
Manya,
yeah, say, and your Kasaka, a Jumadina also. Sir. Did you be obedi or chieno? Say Oba, Obu say, and alcohol, Obu say, for nobody to give you enough. Yeah,
about few. Yeah, yeah, about now. So, Mammy, see no man should be me patch out 05 99 77 76 01 05 99 77 7601.
All right.
And that's 0256 107880. And the office line is 0503 67 7775. Yeah, touch up on now. Okano, I will be able to tokro de down. You were a draw special. This is Sinina. You saw the machine about Okano glass and a crack say light the more. Silly.
Oh wow.
The fellow.
Oh, Facebook.
You will Facebook. 24-hour American automobile service. Oko TikTok are the same name.
All right.
Oh, your pictures and your videos.
That's it.
Oh my, where the medal I say.
Oh yeah. Me do. All right. Well, Osha Brenna, a minute back on Temna Nona, a boanisa, a brasso say. Because Enchibia Abujafo Etnasi Abujafo Ebetrasi Enchibia Abujafo Ebetas. No could try me about minute back up. Maybe 1 or 2 big interviews be or ye parents here Queen Marisa.
Ebano electrical appliances baby baako pe na obinya de papa na ne buof Franco smart TVs every 32 adequacy 100 inches air conditioners washing machines blenders microwaves kettle cooking stoves your Samsung with CCTV cameras any crystal clear never phones any accessories abi you know that Franco number 1 Bura Franco shop be a benwo Nekwajo electrical appliances ya tete small first 0246 422 338 and 0555 939311 and www.francotrading.com with me App Store any Play Store no download Franco app Franco still phone papa is here Ayampo, say a quantum ye can do him. Now one could be na yells artism. And no matter brain, na Ghana edition, no one conformance. The outia when you beje, and it your rubber.
So cry, yes, slow at all a year 20 inches. 3 days yet to be wait a grow.
NT Tiabrochenko mo akwa mankwa akuntejo edi bro wa sempa 94.7 FM so
edu women da na se nua no ama no ne yo mosua kakra yo mosu ahunu yensu yatie yenyina trasia ni aka bom
memre da bia e bonosia e premuse ya ekosi no watwe twentwere ye hu e wo abrochi se de yakohu eni de abedru fie de yehu ni ehwe de ye ne de aba de enye no eni kwase ye
ze na je se abrochinkoma na dimu tintim pa
ye be no ma hodo a e won kofo aman so a ye betimi de aboa Ghana amna fa ne toma pefra o manyi buntu na ha bot sign passport won sensem ni nyina ye de bro e wo abrochinkoma dwumadi yi mu ye be sa so mo akwanya no
watch your wagon. Robert David, make us a free Germany. Kobe. Yeah, Amsterdam. Concept network for our chief woman and an animal. Woman, a time and another motive. Crown after program, after project. Shannon, say a minute of beer. 6 p.m. Bogan near Abu Company.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth.
Oh, baby, now what you say? And who did you know?
Mom, Charles, I took place not that the buyer. No, some of the shimmy, and no man, no shimmy, no man, was so phenomenal.
Wait, no excuse. Abo flat here. What's sorry, no pa? It was so what the tree was say. A son, where did you? Now, no, so Eddie sorry. What you say?
Yes, ma'am. Medical kids toothpaste now, or the buy and run, and they treat me soon.
Why are there? Cow kids toothpaste, dear. Yeah, mamma, fat is someone with the infame, you know, opimum fiancia.
This is a strawberry. Let me see me dimple.
There be any toothpaste, and you toffee, why? Yes, say the cow kids toothpaste. The mamma fra with the infame, you know, opimum fiancia, dear to tree woman say. If we say, a boy, a say, and one bottle crew, and now I share a pamumwa, a hasse, ne mana what day mapa, me bomber they say, me the cow kids toothpaste, the mammy made to tree woman say, Abribia, cow kids toothpaste, and mamma fancy to tree and need just
Kel, happy smile. You know how money moves in Ghana and across Africa. How it really moves? It doesn't move once a month. It moves 100 times a day on Ecobank's digital platform. Airtime for that's your sister. Transport for Papa. 500 Cs for Saturday's funeral. 2,000 Naira for the cousin sitting jump in Abuja. Because we don't just move money, we take care of people. Money moves in every direction. Uncle to nephew, nephew to uncle, sister to brother on Monday, brother back to sister on Friday. And it moves together. The funeral contribution, the susu, the wedding levy, the hospital bill in the family WhatsApp group. In Africa, money is rarely one person's transaction. It's many people moving small amounts toward one purpose. That's how money moves here. And there's one bank built for it all.
Africa, 34 nations, one heartbeat, one screen.
Ecobank, the only bank built for the way Africans move money. 34 countries, one screen. Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
Water fever no abo na Electron Ghana Limited e the stadium ni je ni baufi we dey ya tete nyama ni nyina so ye pese hu go bia pepe na wetimi ambaje won so asa wuti stadium hobby and enti ye bro discount e was Samsung, TCL and Nasco smart TVs nina ma match day bia nya we nijeda na beji ye powerful air conditioners and ye coolers ye top and bottom mount chest and display fridges no gas cooker so washing machines microwaves and ye small kitchen appliances in your kick out winning. When your football promotion is so power fibu. Kanhuna kwa your showroom. Any anamo sifa one more Ghana fan enina. And our friend was 050-315-9738. Which means walk on www.electrolandgh.com. Electroland. It is stadium no bounty.
Woodwa Esinyina. Emwakasia wasa uti biara. Asempa yetia. Ena obetino. Asempa yetia. Eye kasiebwa. Yede bro. Ewa Asempa FM. Enwenu nsia empaimu. 6:30 sharp. Ensema woodwa esi. Ye uyeni nyina. Yede bro. Asempa yetia. Eye straight to the point. Esanse. Asempa yetia. 1xBet, they are grown with bet, for 1x games, not good to call a crash, Benning Horn, Crystal, and our Western slots. Use the GH1 Games promo code, then your 300% bonus, and copy 5,500 Ghana cedis. 1x Games, a good year who to Asha Homa, Biara. Gambling way true, if you can wash a yimu, and your mawana won't dim fear doing watch it. Gaming Commission of Ghana, Ajin Kratu Yatu.
Say you separated the men from the boys. Now you track and call Makuku Damnoa. If 11th June, 19th July 2026, we are singing our biggest football tournament. It is from King Games. The 2026 FIFA World Cup. 48 teams, 104 matches. And we're USA, Canada, and Mexico. Argentina with men back to back. And I went from next year. The Dusa player when it's here. Sports 1 Junior, some 94.7 FM. Any multimedia platforms ring now. Eti wuti asempa from atoma from Israel from no. Now shut them TV. Adomo online.com your social media platforms are holding. Yeah, Baba Worship, it's your feeling. It's a Ghana Nebo and a big match. Yes, Pania Craft for more USA, Canada, and Mexico. How better? Programs are holding live commentary. Analysis, the report are holding. I had 2026 FIFA World Cup. And Tibabia, Shababia. How do you know that?
She said, "Yeah, to be out there. It's a female shop." The report no way. Munya, so many person here. And so she knew but some for business will feel be more. I mean, why ideas? Ideas are never cool. The Biania drink for flower, and so I'm on 2 BN. Also, gay Dean say, I have some dream when you. Yes, bills were here. Many comment number you. You want a free emergency loan, cost salary loan, working capital, startup loan, bills say instructor. For Ghana card, they apply a year. Press 0596 920 833 and now 0302 200 390. Bills for Sika Samu how you know about
Change is in the air at the Joy News Habitat Fair.
Africa Queen Macro.
This football season, Max by Hat-Trick promo hits live. Score cash goals, win with free subscription and huge discounts. World Cup week and Max Bia Empower. It's unsaid with TV and Nintia. It's unsaid. Max by Hat-Trick promo Ewaha. Score up to 40% off on all TVs. After Superto TV, then your free DSTV box and 1 month free subscription. Once more, predict matches correctly when you buy Techno Common 50 and get a cash back. Hey, where the Hat-Trick promo Ankasa. Pure enjoyment and massive savings. Enjoy the big games and save big. Promo way cost from 8 June equity 20th July. Fraying, it was 0544 019 552. Max by a year Hat-Trick promo. A year Hat-Trick promo.
Mrena so ewo computer agukesi a edimu mreno na aso yo osebo enipadom eni vuvuzela no aye krado sa World Cup season eyade aguprama so ne be ye de enunti fabre fie se de be abetia tnase na wachigira dem no wahwe ne yie beto crystal clear television powerful soundbar any home theaters laptops phone any projectors yate teso we enye discount sales keko to be 3000 Ghana cedis echo ne royal raffle draw nim ubetimi win 100-inch 4K TV phones laptops any achede bebre keka ho tutumi kasesi a eco computer na showroom yeah benwo anase shop online ewo computerghana.com press 0302 752020 WhatsApp 0243 143 143 Computerghana Go Rush Season, the ultimate football experience.
Sasso, sasso, come tonton prego. Sasso, sasso, come tonton prego. Oda na tua minha do fecha. Yeah, I can see all in my area. Minha me fome nessa sosta. Every mosquito study run away. Tonton prego, sasso, sasso, come tonton prego. Sasso, come tonton prego. Nani shamne die edemo stronko.
This advert is FDA approved.
Say you separated the men from the boys. Now you track and call Makuku Damnoa. If you love him, 19th July 2026, we are singing our biggest football tournament. It is from King Gates. The 2026 FIFA World Cup. 48 teams, 104 matches. And we're USA, Canada, and Mexico. Argentina with men back to back. And I went from next year. The good player when it's here. Sports 1 Pam Jenya, Sampa 94.7. Any multimedia platforms ring now. Yeah, say it what is some part from this FM no shut them TV adomonline.com and social media platforms are what yeah baba watch it feeling it is a Ghana nebo na big match bia sepania craft for more USA Canada and Mexico now better no programs are what live commentary analysis the report are what the 2026 FIFA World Cup and babia how dear na there.
You know how money moves in Ghana and across Africa. How it really moves? It doesn't move once a month. It moves 100 times a day on Ecobank's digital platform. Airtime for that's your sister. Transport for Papa. 500 Cs for Saturday's funeral. 2,000 Naira for the cousin sitting jump in Abuja. Because we don't just move money, we take care of people. Money moves in every direction. Uncle to nephew, nephew to uncle, sister to brother on Monday, brother back to sister on Friday. And it moves together. The funeral contribution, the susu, the wedding levy, the hospital bill in the family WhatsApp group. In Africa, money is rarely one person's transaction. It's many people moving small amounts toward one purpose. That's how money moves here. And there's one bank built for it all.
Africa, 34 nations, one heartbeat, one screen.
Ecobank, the only bank built for the way Africans move money. 34 countries, one screen. Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
Africa, yeah.
What a fever no abo na Electronic Ghana Limited at the stadium manage ni bawfi we dey ya tete nyama ni nyina so ye person who go bia pepe na wetin you badge won so asa wuti stadium bobi and it's the bro discount e was Samsung, TCL and Nasco smart TVs ni na ma match day bia nya we nije da na beji ye powerful air conditioners and ye coolers ye top and bottom mount chest and display fridges no gas cookers so washing machines microwaves and ye small kitchen appliances in the kika hunina. When the football promotioners so power fimu. Kankuna kwa your showroom. Any anamo sifa wamu Ghana fan enina. Ana friend was 050-315-9738. Bet me swap for www.electrolandgh.com. Electroland. Yeah, the stadium no bouncy.
Jack Patabare vimanya kuo.
Wado asie bia wodi atiara pa ani awia nanso adunumra eye bibia ewo Asampa FM 94.7 Bibia jumadi fufra ye dia Asampa FM Monday to Thursday 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Amadama Bibia wo bisa traffic next year ye mechi bibia no doji afa anyum so dia beba na ko funny stories and Philistine na eso ni sabi so mesiama nimu menkanchu dia o boko konsa dia yemia sasa bibia jumadi wa Asampa FM so edisiame Monday to Thursday 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eye bibia
It's time to believe in you. We are changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. I'm in the valleys. Keep your head up high. Got to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it together, chief. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make me start the place of vibe. Oh yeah, come on.
Puma Drinks, a whole new vibe. Proudly produced by Casa Preco PLC. This advert is FDA approved.
The National Pensions Regulatory Authority, NPRA, is the regulatory body of the pensions industry in Ghana, ensuring the compliance of the 3-tier pension scheme, being the mandatory basic national social security scheme, first tier, managed by SNIT, a mandatory fully funded and privately managed occupational pension scheme, second tier, and a voluntary fully funded and privately managed provident fund and personal pension scheme. Employer enforcement has been beefed up, and therefore we are entreating all employers to enroll their workers onto the first and second tier mandatory schemes and pay their contributions. Failure to do so will result in prosecution. NPRA, ensuring retirement income security.
Wado. Bia won your tiara pa ani awia. Nanso aduru mra. Eye bibia. Ewo Asempa FM 94.7. Bibia Jumani Fufra. Yedi Asempa FM Monday to Thursday 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Amadama. Bibia is a traffic let's see. You make sure baby don't dodge afa. And you know so. Dia beba na training stories and Philistine na. Eso me sabi so. Mesiama. Nimu me kancho bia o boko konsa dia yemia. Just bibia Jumani Asempa FM so. Monday to Thursday 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Hey bibia.
Want more of the world's best entertainment? Well, DSTV's got you. We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got wars, we got drama, we got fun, we got more for everyone. We got you. So come on, get connected. There's an upgrade on us just for you.
My specialty.
More channels, more shows, more joy for you and the fam every day. DSTV, we got you all the way.
Change is in the air at the Joy News Habitat Fair.
Africa Queen Macro.
Well, we are back. Oshe Obrena Sabrede, Nona Bapa minute edu enkono ahaye Asempa 94.7 ekusi Senju Medino ana ye toaswa enesa. Ma mefa wentwa quickly na fe yen toa yen common so and say make say electoral force. Well, we have some few more days and then World Cup no yada once na fe ye pejam tisa last days okay. Make sure say you enjoy with your smart TV Electroland a year Ghana Eddie bro. The here say okoto free one authorized dealer honum na chese bibia nam ne kwaso and senti say Nasco say TCL Samsung auto 50-inch ana bigger size na unya a year a free DSTV decoder plus 1 month free subscription a year absolutely free in the channel so we and shisha hodwa already go akwam say World Cup yan sanebeba na we and even beyond bibia beko kama ede amount can you say terms and conditions are applicable na fresh numbers we 050 315-9739 050-315-9739 otimine Electroland for Edinkitaho na wonoso ako emwa afi ade ba ko so abiri bia da meka se ore fi pa ha adwene ene wapomde ho nsem very important wapomde ho nsem biri bia da wapomde ho nsem ehia untina pest care abase ebeboa yade bia adane kuranko eda oso bia no eboa na yefre prekope ede amount meka se o hwe na kira kwan a Accra La Paz Nyameche ehona obehu won anafi when you very close to a Kata Hosteler Bensa Ghana Water Company Limited. Yeah, come on so quickly on come back community di na fi abejafo atenase ane say yetimini wonso edin komo aji won adwinkyere yenko ohina mponsa ona the entity free mrashe bedwam ne quickly ohina mponsa my said dom kumano what's really the matter there ohina mponsa ma haina boko di
yo mahene boko na ahade boko
na ediana yeti na ediana ekase dom kumano ene yakase one stage work out or a year mrashe bedwam no kre
Amahine eye nokure ensem yenu na ema minority dem kumano wono APPM na wapi abonten ye di kan ene se yewura sam na George no na oil the communication minister dom kuma no eton safre no na parliament so se won be chire mu se ntia e ho be hia se oman no adi sika ahye eye sim registration mu na NDC aban eba ye wono so se woni ba be re-registration na eno no wura no ba ye no mensam kan ye mu no okese ensempi na course ebinum edi nkofo bi a yentimi ehu mo ID card ena de register ye ena afen so ni mapi na course a wo de wo to ka information na the data no so a enya de a eboa eno na ho ababahia se e wo so man no ye san ekobiem na ye re-registration na opani no ede ensem no etudwa aba ebuta lekosa ewie ye no ena yewura lesson asenyo marking a ono no redom kuma no ba no dani ebuta se Sam George eka se customers ananse wo bi a wo so ndoko ko register wo sim no wo tua sika bia no na ban no so sika pen ena wo di shemu se wo di ye re-registration no na no ena yewura ono o ti adwemu Bernard Ahiafo ekese nya de a wo madom kuma no ekwan na obuta ta akohan no na wo question bi a won twomra the office na won santo nsa entropeni no da fo prombra na won be chichi mu and your man me no ka say de na be ye sema aduana entemu na yewu Alexander Fenyama Kijan na so na oni openi no de asempo proba na wapana boagu o de proba na wapana boagu na no ena dom kuma no se ekamia ye so openi no sha afiacha se entemu a dom kuma no pese woni ka ananse mbisa bia won busa de magana fo no openi boapa ena wode mrasem ena penso was standing orders no one person will be isansem no na de na wo munti ena one person sa kosan no openi no ebekasa eno na na muso ema dom kuma no ende atwetwe bambo no bisa woni oma wode be primu ewo abonten eso na wodi ye no na wona sa tonsa de afre governor of Bank of Ghana Dr. Siama Sabombra na wombo buta se dollars yehu wo maimu anam kwa na dollars ni ebi efiri na amahene abro pani no ehya tie mu hodom ano na woni kan ye nsentofo woni kan ye nyina edi egu ebiri na no na eye nsemu a no kasa bi ye gusua ye kan we nyina wono ati na wakase BOG governor no bae no obabetu ne mutu se so $100 no na dom kuma no ka se ye dollars a woni timi edinya aye fi go board no eno na governor no Dr. Siama ababetu ne mutu nanso efa ne se 1% o manfo be hwe o TV so manfo be hwe se opani nankasa na e kan 70 eno nti na chese woni pam enipa a woni wo public guy in fact in Central Park once wo public gallery ni nyina so ye clear ho nyina na woni eye meeting no ewo eye puno a yastumu nanso ni nyina echi no dom kuma no de anu year opani no de buy no de ba press conference na say yewu akojo pon kuma na ode be kire se ensem a de bia dom kuma no eka no na fa na ti o ma ye metimi aka se empepri ya dom kuma no ewie won central won central for chinkubo wie no baby dom kase no so wa shafe a once what church ni mu senti a eba said ye ba ye no eba ni trefa ye governor of Bank of Ghana ne nsem a na no yi a ode ba amrase bi dafia no.
I see. So edie sisu biem die potipa ne ma dom kuma no walk out.
Okay, so send ye tie ni ye standing orders no a mo di juma no e kire say so be at the question ba yamfa ne se omanhene mase bedani watro nkrata de aba se ne pese osoafo we ba osoafo ne ba na so bisa question na nipa bisa question no who kwen se mita mienu a e kan na e fe no your substantive question question no amu e na so si your follow up question and so wo kwen so bisa mienu na mienu no yes so person be obi fo from be tinye bisa question no so e wo sa asembisa kro no amu na so enteke wasem na wo bisa no ene asemu a asampoti na ye busa ye no ensese emu entem ewa na eno ena dom kuma no se ye busa asem
Oswafo no de na me ye die ensemo de aba. That question no ayesa buta me chere follow up question no. Opi Oswafo no answers anase na me ye no de bae no. Eni ti se wo say who maye musa ensem ever Oswafo no ankasa na no na ni die ensemo de obi tidwa no a. Me je say wo kan e kasabo aseyem. Enu na na muso madam kuma no se enya de obeto yesa ne se opani no empese kasa na se question ya wo bisa eye Oswafo no wobe bisa. Enu na ma wo bufu yi. Wode eye wo stage workout. Me no ka say de dom kuma no atama de wura pie mu wonu ma woni kire se governor of Bank of Ghana men sama wo busa no de wode no ebetumi akwashi ansana obepia wase epi me no ka say de dom kuma no asan ababesan eye pie no mu bi.
Okay, so hina ponsa meda se pass wode sa nchiremu we ede abrey edase but ehoko hia yebesa aba hobi if you've just tuned in Asempa 94.7 ye commercial medium na mentimo wase kakra bi na montu bi a dom kuma no etuye no ehon komo no hina mponsa ede ebrem. Clearly we will get into a year dom kuma no na onwotimi de nchiremu abre de entia na woni gidi se ehon behia se on betusa anamono yewura eye nimnyamfo kojo upon enkroma ewe ma hai na bokode
Marincha on the T4, Utemenka.
Metonka Yepa.
Yabokosa. And Capum, you said anyhow. You Parliament. Now, you bisa questions. No, Governor, Emiraso Sobabe answer questions. Questions, men me file questions, me answer to the Governor. Parliament send the command Governor. I'm a Governor, then the written responses about. Written responses, or my publish or that paper. And Miss Rihanna, ye babe to Governor. Majority side na pamo media ne free chamber say answers are Governor ne bemano. He say media ne carry to the public. For bare 1 hour, you know much more say there's nothing to hide. And yet many did kind of Governor by Parliament or babe answer questions in the full glare of the press. EC chair, the Tribune back committee of the whole in the full glare of the press, they answer the questions. Some of the other heads of independent constitutional bodies, so mobile answer questions. In today's plan, a Muslimity among person governor no about answer questions may happen and maybe just 3 questions. And then a Muslim. Meanwhile, so the answers no, when the cultural answers made the about Parliament, Emma, you had better answers no order paper anymore. Actually, about 1 hour, almost a month, and you suspend your participation, and I address media no. Na yempeni for because no man engage you say who be here say because you see say one governor number answer questions na market no any money because data na about no I will say your governor no kwai man yina no one number yina no e be do be say market no any money bio 2025 mu fi ase no ye bo mo kokose ni no bi wa mo ye na de kabeba ye kan sa brand dey no ma ba abemo fresh a lot of goodwill until sabe omo na de ombe omke kan nsem no hunu hunu ai nin ka se tro no mudi but omke kan nsem no hunu hunu ai at the end of the year yen nyina hu cash say the Bank of Ghana o man say me no ka say Bank of Ghana ye de ka 96 billion Ghana cedis e wo say ekotua e wo say chairman me no hu ekotua recapitalization okay ye see afefofo mo enema bi so koso a worsen problem no governor be yina no amo say dabi mo man be yina generally still metal Parliament abri.
Well, but the normal practice and I say again na who say be a dom kuman bebusa and now be bebusa ntia yen central for ye ko bohu dewura ebia betim ni ho ya na sakasaka ebia ba man.
You see, the first thing is a governor answer now or trouble. I say governor don't to mean neutral, only politician, don't to mean neutral. Into question I me put in say ontre republic no first question ontre republic me say what is the source omodinya dollars pompigu market no so kai who say 2025 April or mobile no start here no sabi me na me be kan say the omo ye ne say bibian say our economy no more pompe dollars afena ko na wi data na about into question be say source near there governor chirokara aba Parliament say a domestic gold purchase program a year about me ade buy no and no na agi enkwa and yenya dollars a ye pompigu market no so or trade date ni na wom the written response no what date ni na wom data ye de buy etre se fiti Ghana independence time besi saada na Yoruba me ade bae no na yenya mechanism say bia ye de saade no minim se no no mo pese oba be ka no kore no abonten no bi ehun se omo propaganda no se omo no makofa gold board abane no na aye bibi enye no kore because governor nankasa be ka no kore se no no mo pese oba be ka so the other follow-up questions say data na omo di BC Bank of Ghana abano say if you know the go Excel sheet no na okay can data no boy near because some of the headline figures or more can any details no ebo bra meaning say no mo pese ye ne be mass no on the floor because you pese no go through say we see where do say this way do say after you can bomb do ha in see any be ya no omo pese oba be ya no even ade omo ye no who a can risk who's American catcher say 2025 ye can ya o mentie ye no me no ye de can 96 billion Ghana cedis a yebitua omo for 2025 account in my parliament
no my
account no call finance minister hono instead say finance minister the account in the parliament and o de man ataisa so be kaya ataisa ni suhini ba ku yo lawyer ya onye mpipo omo no mbe ye press conference or parliament no mbe da Ghana for
no di kasa o say emkrasi kasa o ka say some members of parliament and then MP NDC communicators
exactly suhini money ade ni na be kan ho bi no mbe ye press conference be da Ghana for say oh e kan so ay 15 billion so ade na 34 billion up till now omo for account in my parliament and I'm telling you say near more omo ye no we soon in fact aka no wo de ka omo equity no ho a say omo de ka 96 billion enya omo ye ni say no e kriti e ka mo ho governor be na no omo say de be empa media ni fio because omo person be abete
but reasons been on the mass yen the obone central for ntimi ho
well omo pamo central for na ye tutu pon no mama ya ga say enye de bia na allow central for na ye committee of the whole ye ni decide say ye person central for BT and say person central for BT
is that the case but is that the case
that is the case but you say Bank of Ghana governor ba ye ntupum EC chair ba ye ntupum your friend is say ye the district assembly's common fund formula bana so mo ye formula na it's say ye person obi bet say e bi oso mesi cassette ya district we and obtain cassette here district we when the whole ethnic and other unity no ye tupu mu ye wi near the report number floor no so
what are some of the and I come so what are some of the discussions ebe koso ebe ma e ho be kwa ko hia se da bi we the central for na about we the ebe sere se ye mo mu nyina chiri na ye ni enkomo wi chiri na the report na beto abonti
bibi e security implications bibi e to the be ethnic and geographic undertones. In Tubon say district assemblies common fund allocation say district we say first can we district we say first can ko we be to make us so na say sebi nipa ni ho I say district we say nipa no so we dey agree to me all sort of ntokwane adaba inti enum say no ye tupon we na the final report na ba abontin for adoption.
But you said written responses on this matter is out there already, isn't it the case?
Exactly my point. Inti day inti na wu tupon nim say one person central for BT because one person obeti say governor na be ka say Dr. Baumia other woman or the gold purchase program buy and no na age Ghana carry say nkwa. Inti one person central for be cover. But what printing or other paper ni mu deda? You be beside questions about extra losses, you know. I was say, my bad politics, a trust a loss near 15 billion.
So
you can't say 34. After that, you know, there are still losses going on. On person government by the year.
Why that resistance? But clearly, whether Abai Webeko or Abai Webebo, clearly whether BB a hidden or what it will come out. Why not?
Yeah, paying support. Abra, you see Bank of Ghana headquarters for a Muslim pem. Governor, but now has a big year no live on TV. You have a day into the modality. And some of there are questions. Me say there are questions about the credibility of some of the figures I about. I person anything in answering or floor also to give him an opportunity to respond. Also, Debbie.
So it was just on this matter of the governor and walk out.
Well, earlier, no, there were other questions I need Bisa Sam George on SIM card registration. Mr. Speaker, I hear for say all my question.
But I remember where from those states. Are the questions Ben Amubusa and because me questions Ben and Amubusa see Mamukwa Mamusa. Are they move the attempt and ask national security questions? What questions are that?
SIM card registration, then national security.
But I have to ask you because M was that resistance for what? Because what's the reason?
Me catch them some time ago saying this year ben obey. Omo ye korokoro do John. Ushiawa no su kakra no asre kakra so no do democracy say obi aba ompese obi ebeka nasem. Ompese amemu na obu na nko yi no. Obi be cassette ya o. O cassette ya na either say obecho and obe send bi na fo abidi wachi ana say parliament na person o kasa o ga the question we say me ma kwan ma on bi say even see that say ne governor about this question say Debbie. And it's the same thing that is going on in various places. But some person see the whole Ghanaian state nation more ayasi.
Well, that's why so it's very difficult for them to achieve that. If that is the case, as you suggest,
they are gradually doing it. You can't say, court by sacking the chief justice. So we are judge. Judgment. You can't also be a procedure at 146. Yapamano. Yet you say, me catch you say, every time with governance near there, it's happening. As I know, I say, your TikTokers, additional ones, we're crying miracles as in America. Another bay too, or Master Kakocho Macau, say because of Macan send you social media, I know more. They are on an enterprise to suppress any voice of dissent or accountability in this democracy. And only because we're parliament, I said, no, be a question, Mr. Speaker, I say, oh, man, be a question. Governor now about there answer question. I feel they see empon media, no. What is so strange about our dear Governor Becca? So our publishing answers, no, or other people.
But that's the
answers, no. But they are to me Twitter page, my X page.
Okay, so you're making care, but that's where maybe the challenge is because clearly now of public aid that and because those responses that the BOG boss gave no out that until there I have a difficulty in the resistance or because the media
from maybe some no more explain. You're giving copies of the responses to your colleagues in the media.
Yeah,
the answers they don't want him to read on the floor because Obeka Semana Dr. Baumia credit into and one on governor no be ditro.
Okay, so we'll read out those responses, but again, what is the SIM card restriction? When I am to the best of your understanding, the DNA sector minister Beka Chiremua and also now a speaker Soma Mumbusa Diana Beka Chiremua as saying DNA on that.
Or say a SIM card registration for 4.
Diana man who are here CF for 4.
Church you say biometric data name can me biometric data no NIA. We be say no want to mean data sets me no boom. Or say nipa no volunteer information be say hu na hu ni ti hu ni nai. Na de kofa asem ne ba le say Matthew Nyindam be say question say ahe na ebi tia for registration. And say subscriber BI into your BB. And Nida Afonyama can be say follow up question say Senye ni ebitua NC ebitua ahe is there any other cost because you say contracts be worth tens of millions have been signed for Sadia na omobe no ti bisa say fine also subscribers into ya NC and aban ebitua ahe is there any other cost to the state Mr. Speaker said the bisa question here to me bisa my reporters in video in show on the question here to me bisa and on a kofa KK kaka ne buy first walkout no buy and then we went to address the media. Then we came back in fact time you pay no mo converted to committee of the whole say governor Nembe omonyenko. Media na so mo back inside no. Now if you're more close say no media allowed. You need parliament cameras no crime fee before we question the governor. Me say how? I don't know
I see. We'll definitely get back, but we'll read out the responses the governor gave in relation to
tweeting on my X page.
Yes, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Now.
Yes,
the copy so I'm a central for so
yes, we'll do that. Thank you so much for your time. So that's a Nimia Foko Job on Chroma Anna Onye Abon Commodin Chilemu Abre Oye part of the Economy and Development Committee, ranking member and MP for Ofuase Erebi Anoni Abosankomo. So it's becoming a bit difficult to understand certain things that sometimes a bit difficult to understand it, because say yekase brashibidwem na beboy en common French remobrea adebia na ye tro ejina so dia ton safro no ansa na beduro dia no yi abadada ntenya sema e wo kokua bi ma na se hye ba bia obi antimi hu ana obi antimi nkenkan clearly of public knowledge. Indeed, I have a bit of difficulty if I go by what Yera Kojo Ponkromega, a bit of difficulty why the majority thinks that media na eba abiti na onatro and sema hodua and our responses are Bank of Ghana Governor Edemano esiso mukona ebia later omwagasa the briefing I have that difficulty. And again, on this matter of SIM card registration, I'm sure say the sector minister Yera Sam George Enjibre said na otwi mu ana na otwi ABC mu na only Ghana for emebo enkomo. I really find it difficult when every policy from time immemorial na ye pupu na afi akoye adebi ti said ye amanyo sem ho nkomo ana yedi e basa ha adwene ye pa. So we need to take time. Sector minister should also take time na on my kind of education. Obeshema the Ghana Journalists Association, so the krata bi ba bonten krata na twofold na ewi achi no so no esade ehihye etudwa na ema even an ultimatum say nipekuo bi entua na mo bi a ensunsuanso a GG ensubitu no krata na tintintin. A statement presented by the president of the Ghana Journalists Association, Albert Jumfo, on Thursday, July 9, 2026, at news conference on the attack on Obatampa Radio at Kaswa, the rise of slaps against journalists and the national flood disaster. Flood disaster, you will one or two video. But if you read the content of the release, then no, it says that. The facts available to the association after visiting the station point to a disturbing act of intimidation, lawlessness, contempt for constitutional democracy. Reports from the staff of the station to the GJ explained that a group led by the Central Regional Chairman of the NDC, Mr. Richard Esiedu, accompanied by Euku Senya East Municipal Chief Executive, Mr. Seth Banini, and the constituency NADMO coordinator Nyash Nyande stormed the premises of the station shortly after 10 a.m. And where the GJ comes in, apart from all what they said, is I just want to read that out and then welcome my Igbo president. That president or the focus and a certain direction ama Central Juman or say our demand. The GJ is giving the regional chairman, Mr. Richard Esiedu, a 7-day ultimatum to do the right thing and restore confidence in our democratic and media environment. He must publicly admit that he acted wrongly and undermined press freedom, issue an unqualified apology to Obatampa Radio and the wider media fraternity, compensate the station for the revenue loss as a result of the unlawful closure, report himself together with all persons who accompanied him to the station to the appropriate police for investigation and due process. If he fails to comply within the stated period, the GJA will have no choice but to escalate the matter and treat his conduct as a direct attack on press freedom. In that event, the association will publicly declare him an enemy of press freedom and will pursue all lawful and appropriate criminal and civil action against him and all others involved to ensure that accountability is enforced and that no one is allowed to intimidate the media with impunity. So that's from our president, our revered president, Yera Jomfowe. Yadasi for your time. Mijedi say, Bibia, kama. Tibia, come on.
Hello, yes, I'm on the Super. Yeah, come on now. We try no account for me, Jumapa, Moye. You're man near Tonka. Or dynamic producer. Yeah, bomb about to.
Yeah, that's Mr. President. Yeah, that's Mr. President. And remember about maybe after a conversation with and I think that you should establish a branch in the media. Entity should become more into sanitation because we also combine a lot of forces. With one of also our bowler men, Ira Zoom Lion, more call rounds to check. So I think you should also have a branch or journalism purely focusing on relevance of the environment and how we can kill off some of these floods and then issues in relation to sanitation. Very, very important.
Thank you. Your press conference now, and you know some of the two we started on Western National Flood disaster. I'm not the director among Kwa. Na Imsuane the Brian I display. Na the Okano, one of the issues I do Yankasa, your spend some trouble in up to all some trouble and company as a it's answer at the end of the day, and you are a flooded here. And you can train and any on your knee. And any party, any now, and you probably request a union for support. We leave items. In some form of car, you may be internal and Yadia, maybe Tino, for the several angles. Now, that may not start disaster, and you will say. Ghana, we are exposed. Now, Abayuta will say flat about the yet church national security. It's a new idea as a seasonal issue. A bar now a swano, yet penal, farm bread. ETM, a diamond and dano, if you're a member, Yamika, Dano Menina, Pedro Petition, Tom Penny, Penifuna, about Pro, a call, a large. Miamia Bibia, all as war, Bibia, Sebu, Okosa, Danu Shuatoy, one moment so far, the power of the people of Alaj. It's I said, Uchin Phoebe Break, Chumuya, my ice cream nurse, ice cream, yeah, doctors, yeah, Omuya, Omuti, that Omugagi, yeah, Kenny, yeah, a lot of experience, touch flood in that. Now, if you're by it, then you're by it, like a cooling, almost a cooling, any woman who call me to a more echo, a quantumota. Mamma Pedice, Zumla, so the now can say, or sheds on play the transport, the transfer stations, you know, that they are Bola near the family, when I find a baby at the now, and also up why. Now, the city is making an echo about I'm the ones of the who's there? I didn't 2 days.
And 2 days, and
yet, but what you say, I'm not your sister. And Yamano, yes, Sabola, Yedi, Chira, Yenino, Yan Pria, yes, Nana, Afina Bola to cry more. Now, ye nam quine on her, ye drink said, the old kind of woman in now, who rather to call him the dear Gatas in war. Now, shed the heap of records published, and I said, Bola in Kuho. I Pugu or Bayne. Now, the sound says, a billion answers, and then so title, they could go so a court, got a more.
Another major issue.
Another major issue. Now, and then that your name South Korean so and it can some pass some need to be too down education or crown. I mean, for us, no, is commendable. Say in the past, we to say there's been leadership failure. The system has failed the good people of this country. Said no mama sure mon kwa busafo omu jam omu from this year no said you there one system no it say sakia to two ye dem ye di nema etutu koma ke bia ke yanhwe ko bebrezi na ya can stand here can say it's better late than ever. It is someone ni kasa etu na mono na like also leadership by example no say o we dan ye ni so se yemfa ense kwa ye befa so a ye be esesa ewura ni adrege ye gather ni ye de say we subsequently no ensuo kwa be change the ba ye po no ba so no nyɛ te sɛ be ba everything na ye bo so na ye bo so na ba so say you see The boom ready to say we need public-private partnership, the PPP. Now will show that capacity. Say do the idea. He has the capacity, he has the resource, he has the equipment, has the way. Now, when you say Uba grounds, I will say, just say, and Yema, no cost, any Jumedi, meeting your crime this in the crazy, you say, almost say, do one moment in it, do a client. Almost one moment in it, now can be on the way. Oh, it is so be a year, be a what, and no be a capacity, nobody ready to do. I see a tiny on my. Actually, Tina is a born muscle. All right. And no, and the Coba say, and to 2 days, Naboa, even though it's made that so air cost. You mean say, you buy a way in Yabes and I can be couple so and yet the market was say Subayankasa, as I say, Subayankasa. But President, I also have to thank you for a certain consistency in terms of how people deal or see the media. Now, Medasi, the previous administration, we had a lot of nipa na wana kuma peja kwasro omunti wase saa na mwana utu, especially when that courage to draw our president then attention to 1 or 2 defects bia ekoso again when yanka say mame how kumsin utu hwana mo esa man a certain caution say when two anamon bia onso ne odom wonim dem baye, so that consistency no ana run it through na ediabisi hey na wadaruma sa eye krata utu ya ode condition to hui uhwema echinada and that ultimatum, is that correct? Oh yes, right.
Nadia na NDC Central Regional Minister and I'm on what to Afao.
You among the Midasi debris, among say said the Okasa Okayano, your consistency and focus and a determination. I'm not in blue, I'm a Buaba Yahu, I'm not a Buaba. Central Kubata and Kwe Gidi a Dano, Amebuaba media no, it's a ma yakasa, or my whether you like it or you're stupid, now, yeah, seminal study and cocoda, and a mumbia you to be a woman, and some Rebecca Samia to 2 years, maybe nim, ye Jirasso, and you nim the Abbey. Is answer a middle buyer, not in Yema. For being that said, DJ betting ya exactly. Am I here to come and say you why you media some children check? The Ben out say a blacklist you be and I media some to Yakudo Kabaka said you penny way, am I your new way? Or say minister town. You name the you can say said you nipa a shena sending 70 Padubu benefit from me about say ya blacklisted no. I'm a little biting effect. I don't think so consistency you have to be disciplined. You have to be determined to something. You have to be focused. You have to be determined in order to achieve all this. Meno cafe in Yamala Tuja, Efsa Yen Papa Central Regional Chairman of the NDC. On a palm for the MC, me, the national coordinator, Omokoka Tachi of Matampa. Omonam so a close station down the Safwa 2 and so bottom na nam so much station lose revenue police for be man so no release anyway no I am on the every the news and Mabonti for the first time I'm making this comment or statement on your station as in passe me no kasi ya indeed 1 hour indeed on Mapumpu. The regional share it one a morning in power for any in 24 honorable Kwanas Robin MP for Goma Central in your local or Obama the regional chair support moral support almost one a maba. A man sema demands a mechi ni nano amine wajatu mu abepacho.
Wow.
Abepacho. Na enchebia mu be wi se eda bonten san se de obo fo so bare e be kai o mu be tie bi enye se ye de se kuku emu wa be pa chop public aja to se in ye se ade bia o ye ni actions ni in actions ye because ono we anka wa am condition to all kono na oni se bibi sa bisi and kose okoni ejumakuo no batampa management ni pinifo na nsem bia ntumedie bia omo workers anase nsɛmtwerɛfo ni dia enkoyi no omo ma transfer na omo kɔye no na belfo ni nio na kɔye attention ba na kɔfa isi ya de pesi na otitu mu sɛ okoye leader no okoye peni okoye chairman of the region na muntu edison so bo ni aba ono ayo it takes full responsibility no the jantua ni atopa management any obantampo for na esa the jantua the nice and troku ni nice and trofu o my ni na esa the jantua my DJ after sanji to me one of the demands you need to say say mra say mi siwi en okuku obantampo ekojira asembibia court oma serve omo asem no akopi court yeah the to the say as part of the demands no always go assembly say you say uni say we can security dresser on va mran show some enkoye de we na we have security dress it's one of the condition demands of the withdraw and pass over we just to say on the lawyer to akasa omo withdraw and assembly free court so so I can say ni ye ni na mutu 2 year no affect station financially. So the indicator kind of say uncompensated station for revenue lost. So the we deal kind of or GT. So I already say concession that plus not any revenue lost to be ano or make discuss na why day. Yes, so you know why compensate. Once any usual the Santa so name for a police for now police for same now more for MTA now council anyway and also need to say yes. I already saw them to come up police for now. I have been who say police for Yana and but it be a police for Yana. All the time suffering of the whole of the court and also it's only and some you the two Johnny demands in meeting Yano with 2 more what Jatuma and Via Meno Cafe Day or day of one proper and rubber of the Manchester Trophy and DJ.
I see. Yeah, better say, but yeah, quite no, Mr. President, a better na sa ehuna. Ene ebrono anuetimia brasian because all the time you intervene but I don't know what happens now. You can say multimedia issue a statement and that statement a very very worrying and this coming from your head of news na sample for a J or say to all media houses for immediate release and its Adom brands of the multimedia group condemn assault on our reporter and some other civilians at Nkwanta South. Our OT regional correspondent Obrimpomba Kwame Usu has reported to us that he has been assaulted by some soldiers deployed to enforce a curfew in Nkwanta South. The assault took place in the evening of Saturday, 11th July 2026, the day the New Patriotic Party held its constituency primaries across Ghana. According to our reporter, by 5 p.m., when the curfew was supposed to come into force, the election processes had not been completed as party people and the media waited for the final results to be declared. While the people waited for the poll results, Obrimpomba, that's our rep, learned that some soldiers were molesting some civilians over supposed breach of the curfew. As a journalist, he took it upon himself to capture the happenings for a news story. In this line of duty, the reporter got heckled and physically assaulted by some of the soldiers who accused him of taking videos and photographs of the exercise. The beatings inflicted pains on his joints and some other parts of his body, requiring that he is rushed to the nearby St. Joseph Hospital, St. Joseph Hospital, where he has since been on admission. Obrimpomba also further reports that a multimedia jacket he wore as a working gear got shredded from the beatings he received from the soldiers. It took the intervention of some National Investigations Bureau and police personnel as well as election officials present to rescue our reporter and other civilians from further beatings at the hands of the soldiers. Among the other victims of the assault were some MPP election delegates, spectators, and a commercial tricycle Okada operator who sustained injuries in an incident whilst rushing home to escape further molestation. The Adom branch of the multimedia group thus, 1, roundly condemns the assault on our colleague and all other victims of the arbitrary act, requests a thorough investigation by the military high command to publicly name and shame the perpetrators, in addition to meting out the appropriate military sanctions on them. 3, demands that the culprits be surcharged with all hospital bills arising from the treatment of the reporter and indeed other victims. And 4, ensure that their demands are adhered to through the GJA. And it's signed, Ewanse. So, Irajufo, what?
About the name Omani, so say, yeah, said you knew Bibia, Emma, your Kwabata, El Bibia, down a remainder, assembly C when I know, me, Kwabata, region, regional fair, and a regional executive, A2 statement, around 5:28 p.m., condemning the act. Now, Yashomo said they should do further investigation. And the Mamma Bonus Secretary, I reach out to all the parties involved, including the victim, reach out to the victim, the chairman, the police, the beer, the narcotics, anybody who matter. Oh, my own, over that. Yeah, you do my year, same regional. Yeah, now you bring the fact check. The man regional, your crop battle regional, we get a key action. I'm not going to give investigation. I'm moving here. All the report about national. Said is EU central region. Who's the opera? Is here among 4 body, no more to get in Canada. But it's not in a year in future. About the Sana and my back out. That's the news of the 2 January position here. Obedient to me, any music. It's I said, the future music, my Jinafo. It will be to me, all the music. Namika and Beto in India. Yeah, but then the regional branch, you know, issues a statement. DJ region condemns assault on journalists and citizens during the Kwanta South MPP election. And the ministry here. Now, Osha said, the reporter is that kind of say, some delegates, onlookers, senior high school graduates, and we can say, Bakumbia, no, 2 Kadaso. What I say, necessary, or dear military, old journey for a kind of life, you know, or now it's a fair, or Kokotiashi, that means we are accident. I say, were similarly harassed and assaulted. So the DD has also received reports that some delegates, onlookers, and the senior high who graduate, who is an Okada rider, were similarly harassed and assaulted, with one person sustaining injuries in an accident while rushing home to avoid complication. It is a year assistant. But once a man, share your environment here, your one, the environment now, and now, your media ecosystem now. You didn't say, yeah, boy, home say attack on Central for any journalists, you're not brain us. Also, if you mention, said you movie, you do my sometimes reckless, you're a bit reckless, unprofessional anyway. Some of these things, you know, it happens. The say, you do security, especially about Mofua, almost dependent of attacking in Central for because say, as any Uncle civilian, Uncle politician, supporters of political parties. Now, Bambonia, Unimite, our men and women in uniform. We can say so genial, slave as I say, Ubo buying. Now, attack civilians, now about them to the for there. They are suffering. Now, as someone what meant to say, nothing to feel, say, what you said your mind in the yes, we are going to deal with this matter on its own. He said, can say we are going to deal with it on its merits. Now, you don't make sure say, the be a fiction war, you don't call. Now, military command already, there are pending issues, pending cases involving Carros at Joy FM. You can't attend or you can say, Madame, we so our home. You can say, you no more, you never attacking or Northeast region. I would not call it on the idea. But I mean, it is as well for no more. Now, then we say, I don't know, President, as you say, okay, some training, I've got problem of the DJ, who don't start cancer training, can say, yeah, This is the time the president has to show that leaders has to show say okay now an attack on his central is attack on him. Me am to me dance and 12 one an attack on any journalist including you okay say maybe chairman threat almost threat more life any attack on a journalist an attack on me. It is either me this on my peninsula so finish or the tension about says or the software meeting between young leaders of the DJ and then security couples, security S. Now, there, you name and shame. Now, security S now, almost can say, almost go for attacking way, almost try no down so because it's not said, yet to me no more. The house in Ankasa, we are going to declare them persona non grata of the media.
Great.
We will go after them legally and also exercise whatever powers available to us. We have said they are all weapons. Weapons in two anyway. They shouldn't forget that they said the pen is always mightier than the sword. Ukre two, ukra way. And yet two enemy around the boy you. What? A central microphone. And a dummy kubutu. It will create two dear, but you see crap. We have the weapons. You have your weapons. So be our case or the weapons against each other, the country will suffer. And you see, the person you bought a mamaphone cocoa any day. Because this year I've not received things are gonna forces other condemn that. Almost can't hold no more cocoa. Then it's a GD about outer. MOBia surprise. It can say I don't a media issue statement. The GDA regional issue statement. Almost chairman national ba. Come to him. As I'm not there. When him say what attacking the joint attack me. As the may service maybe no. And those who are involved will make sure that they say the full rigors of the law. If they have to be interdicted, if we have to declare them enemies of freedom, if we have to protect their paychecks, if we have to write to the embassy to make sure that people cannot go for peacekeeping, if we have any with the major be able to take and if so the phone pay for some years behind the don't make
I see.
Yes, madam for and I'm GD say oh tia to first about is high timer about colony what's in order. No mean I say and amura about kilimura they have to call them to order. Other than that, we will direct them what to do.
Well, Mr. President, but if we're ending up on another sad story where Daily Graphic, any man say, graphic employee assaulted by Nungwa police officers. Abranti and Nima Swaswe, and also about your attention, Anna.
I'm the president of the National Organizing Secretary, Mr. Fasuleman, or also head of business desk, Daily Graphic, every me. Now, I know I'm here to get the full details. No, the minimum say, now he wasn't attacked in the line of duty. Now, say, now, I say, or talk, say, on our power, or talk, adios a day. Yes, and that's it. I said you, I will send me a phone. Now, you can say, you bring out the full report. Obi better say, or young training, said you, or you're one of the distributors, one of the dispatch riders, or you're to Mama Daily Graphic. Now, once you Mama Daily Graphic, in the media, Obi Mama Daily Graphic, be a media worker, a media practitioner, or support, because you can't say from 12 where there's anybody who contributes to the production, what I say, of news, to the production, gathering and production of news. Gathering and production. Only no chapters or distribution, like on or production. Because people here printing, no, I found quite a mountain in the Biakai.
Rosie for and because the police even took a good step, IGP Bishia on paying for. There was too much of a good step, but I mean, Ukraine, they almost see boxing on. Yeah, and you. I mean, sir, and I will say, the maybe the other say, whether he acted in the line of duty or not in the line of duty, other say now or wait Juma, no only Juma, and not only Jumano. Sir, again, Tina civilians, it may be a Saka civilian. Then the police for most of much comfort. Now, much comfort, said you comfort police for mobile comfort. Police for you are there to enforce law and order. It's a year day now police means so much conformable comfort. I mean,
I mean, for me, the IGP I know, or my quote me, the IGP I know these people will be targeted. We will make sure that IGP will take steps to what? To release these people from their post. You very uniform, me, I will comment for some trouble now about the president. I may say the IGP I know will not sleep on this matter. So police is what much a confound. Moving from our council, now so yes, I'm telling you, yes, citizens, we are also there to protect the right of the citizens in this country. It's a very issue, say. You better assume now. The say, you know, here to be able to, but you better say, the can say, Usha, you visited attack actually, and it say we are making progress.
All right.
It's unfortunate to say we are here again talking about attack, but we have made a lot of progress. As you never want so that progress, you know, and I'm improve on the World Trade Freedom Index, and then you free the whole way 62. You're about 60, about 50, you're about 52, and you're 52, about 39. The whole world. And in Africa, you see 8th position, and you're about 4th. Initially, a position between 1 and 3. We are fighting very hard to take our rightful position. And in picture say, you two and Amombia, as I say, you're protected down among two. You're working. It's your money. We are not sleeping. So you the evil minds for no perpetrators for no of the money for no it wants for no die. We are ready to face them.
Mr. President, Medasipa for raising the flag of the Ghana Journalists Association after Cabral ne Yemame Gifty ne Mpemfua Hodua Abesin Kunya. Thank you so much. But now that President, this is just a spot on, but you can refuse to respond or you can give an attempt. The President says, your national team, players, national anthem. Omu hu benkum hu nifa obi akeka no boso sa na awia obetima boy with the national anthem ana the problem akra
alright omani let no board but I mean so say a spot on we na yeba na kia to ada wo say to omani na say to ha na
Mr. President
Mr. Patriot.
Mr. President, thank you so much. GJ President. Okay.
It's my mental mouth.
Okay, Mr. President, patriot you.
God bless our own land, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong, both to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Fill our hearts with true humility, make us share fearless honesty, and help us to resist oppression with all our and might forevermore. And help us to resist oppression with all our and might forevermore.
Well, but a second stanza no at the appropriate time but two. Thank you very much, Ghana Journalists Association President. What is it? Only a bon comment. Very encouraging conversation for journalists and then for Omai Ghana. Jawariata also said. Idea and Anamombia Central Jumano Ubi to Biano, why crowd sir or better than China Wabua. And then he cautions that, well, Central Jumano's careful Yanamon to Yane Casa, maybe a Biazum, and they were recounting some of the issues and so that's so why you oppose for them. If you are soldier for them, and the relevant bodies, Moenamuntu and Amo, etc. Now, Menka say kudos to the Central Regional NDC chairman. Committee and me dream kakra, especially when I was told that also a media person, where also unia ne koba ohwa yen odiji eso kama wakra wo fidia also di bo amanfo enya sa addition nti me dase se ultimate to anamo na wo hu se ampa the body central jumano any amanyo sem no man chichire no yenyina ya yonkofa no ejina so yie pa nti se bribiada ye adwuma bom. Thank you so much Central Regional chairman for the NDC. Great job. We are one family, very big one family. Bribiada Monte Central Jumanasi na moni nanti pepepem na wonse bibia kama. On that note, mimi yokoye mikru mmensi krachi to bribiada meka say hey intende kama koye mmensi krachi dia and again the crowd but bribiada, you know, the good, the bad and the ugly. We are fighting positively on issues that needs to be addressed. Indiana Dibiamuna, I'm encouraged that there are still people in the setup about manyo sema yedia komapa, you know, conviction very important, not convenience. Eya untmini era don't confusing in film. My man ask for your time be able call. Na ultimately break koye SCC kakra.
Oh yes. National Service. Yeah. There are two main gutters and I'm
money mono.
Yeah, you know. Nyamiadu yetimi yi ni nyina mu. Oh, na anwia na asase.
What kwa dey be kakra because
who kakra is about almost 3 to 3.5.
It is never be jina on film baby. Yeah.
Who kakra. Just say and so kesi pass patimuwa and Bastard Boys for no super boy yes I could yi Access Bank for any hone sunya hona na choki pa but it me and sunya. Okay,
what's the relevance of that day? You appreciate that day?
Yeah, so I believe sir, especially during the rainy season no now one of the engineers in the catcher me say aside human activities no but for the human activity, yes, flooding in Accra is almost always a 10-year affair. Almost every 10 years, bia.
Okay.
Almost always every 10 years, bia no flooding in Accra. Yeah. I don't know the geographical significance of it, but that is what he told me. Okay. But the magnitude,
any issue,
no. Human activities and the magnitude no compound. It think near human activities like June 3rd, no. Wouldn't have been that magnitude. What I say?
Yeah.
Because human activity and a man koyaku filling station that is it. But the levels now ebano, what you say this particular one also no. Though a flooded year, into mommy sequences of the upper check every 10 years biano, bibi sa tesi. But the magnitude June 3rd day when we say na high because we share the rainfall gauge now. The whole of 2025, the highest rainfall was around 56 millimeters. Per hour was a day. But we say no, a jump call 156 millimeters per hour. And a choir for 4 hours.
Didn't hear me then say, and your menacing cratchy for Baku and Mayor Baku and menacing cratchy. And
what did you mention the new house?
No,
apart from Bola,
natural security. And someone will say, if you have the acknowledge MPP, Omundes, National Executive in Bakwa Betinasi, a potential, in fact, he's almost there. Ghana, MPP for Muti. Yedi yanina na asumanti yedi bit media dance based on the nimwa party nimso de ya kenkane nyuma na na muntu a watuno yedi say wasom with sompa wasom with that intent no wasom with that conviction. It's a new patriotic party odware num eda ho and clearly it will be in the interest of that party, new patriotic parties. They will highly consider and recommend and then establish that authority. So Mama Kwenya, so Mbeka National Executive as first vice chair, no to steer affairs and support to Mpemfona party Nikudum Pempen so as do in the person of a former mayor Yera Sampine. Pachoboko there. Maybe I come on.
Krasa Domumpaye any experience.
Empire and I was had the experience also. And then on I crunch yada because
experience you will be there. Not what they have to do. Not why you why should be there farmer to do one.
I don't know how do you get this say you say our local assembly system the failure. I have been an advocate for that. There's not too much to show when it comes to assemblies enforcing bylaws. Again, in fighting and drawing attention to matters in relation to sanitation. Maybe where I sit, I've not sat at where you guys have sat before. Could that be a very comfortable statement to make, sir?
Maminchia a chief on the Ashafo.
And what German?
What I was having
that's all dinner about. But what you may bear now, we should trust me.
I think you have a very classical example because when it comes to sanitation, the rural and urban is a huge difference. Huge difference. So you have a classical example at your yes, because when it comes to metropolis almost suffer sanitation park AMAs omanye number 2 number 1 because AMA of course the challenges no so but second is KMA. So we are fortunate because Uba Central Farm Plains are assassinated down kakraka. And yepe omono bre epe compost site no. Ye de kwani obi a person yem fambra na site. Because anya da ebepe kakra medikro no.
Exactly.
And the land is so big we can easily and lucky for us yes side ye hono so acquire a base for laterites. Into contractors will be 2 laterites or ho. Into the area and say baby omako 2 laterites no. And ye acquire bonka number kune so okay and ye mo sisi hana mo fang enye de ben enko. So ours is a bit easier. And because say your work traditional systems are working in the rural areas in it, you know. Untimi for ball and kugunsium ewo drobon so.
Those beliefs are high.
They are still there.
Very high there.
And also ubiaso sorry ubiaso or pranifi enim. It's still happening. And osanso or no one at the back baller. It's still happening in
the
yes. Sabi uko 2 baller good be feature especially in the northern settings, no. Sabi o the Jews okra ku gu bi feature it can be interpreted as a to na duro.
It's a high.
That is it. You don't just draw something behind somebody's building or in front of somebody's house. The interpretation is different. Sabi ye chinam me kru no ba ko wenamda. Sabi ukobokro no a you gwaw nana tena dwam ni edika gwaw kama ewia ni achechire de wabre police fo eno ni simple krono na sebe umusio mo na sebe uko obi yere ho a
ene simple krono no
eno ni gwaw ni achechire watu nsium be 3 days yes ewia ni etwa osu
ba aboanso
so that nonsense doesn't happen there into by because obi aja ni fie hokwa afuom nti eja hokwa afuom ne makwa ma obi timi ko wie bibi dia that is it so
this is a whole
that is it nti wo no ba ya na ya read actual 10 commandments
and say it
here opa akokwa abisame
so the bigger picture they can be implemented and I be only me again
and I make say
also yeah this is easily one
who so
but settings are different.
That is the problem.
In Volta region, me ko didi wo choba. Me didi we na me refi eye me phone. Me si me refi da. Me ko ye no. Na phone no. Baby me de to ye no. Wait and I be who will keep an eye on it with the hope that you will pan beside esaba. Na obia fan nsase kra MB
ko fire day. Uko fire day. Na no video bi a say ka butu na omo jira ho ebo ho pempese obi ankofa bi. Yes, because in the olden days there was something called tokwatonya. Eno no uko bokro no a jai ye gwaw wa njai wasa akoye biom ni ye gwaw etoso miensa ni e de uko baby wo ho ye friend tokwatonya. Tokwatonya like the third lake.
Yeah, na be kwa to the bisi wo.
Ukwa no awayira, that's the end of you. Nobody will see you again. And that is how harsh they were dealing with some of those things. So sanitation environment need there is a bit easy for us in the rural areas. Your biggest challenge is say enkrase for ye fisi pa ye some niam amode free baby
amano abano.
The weedicide, the pesticides, that is our biggest challenge in the rural areas now.
Yeah.
That is our biggest challenge. Because now it's affecting us more. Now check most of the health related cases in Krasieba.
It has something to do with it.
Yes, because must say you be an enemy.
Mayo. Wabre, and open wabre.
Mamisha se fi. Baby we say baby emra wo hopa wo call me papa no krum asem krum enchi elibu kwano so a eho first no na krono ya minimal said they work wo bokrono wo ya neme fata traditionally no ekwam do be faso no wan kasa no nkobi but wo de ba cities no any crack na settings no different orientation no different abeye akra Kumasi na so far so cosmopolitan into winya locals no mpo no omo efi omo krom bae no omo ni others na be fra enti ya na wo tira obre enti ya no ye fa no nto chen eba sanitation a very expensive business. Obi obeka say emre bia no no dada. Baby say baby a too ago landfill sites. It should be engineered. Why? Seepage, leaching of chemicals. Ekwa would obeka say baby a umko too latrite no wo mo dia feel but so one engineer if he ensuna soni no ekwa asase no na ka hunu so say ensuo bi nimti ewu ben nti esipu ba asase no ne good rock na ekoko pollutants you know nti this a wo pe nti not just a matter say the encrophodia garam say this for aja boss your friends enra excavator ekutuo keke. That is one. Two, see ya me adwene ko nema bebrebe so. Maybe say recycling and a reuse. And the usage of certain products. Me kai pa say near the mrebi ba senka wa better polythene. Duties be I see it. That time no. Yeah. Na me no TV so wa dum Fuseni party foi ena mutimu dindin ena dia ben but wo kwa manonia me mahunu bi wo kom timi bisa say opa plastic wo ka so pe rubber me kan rubber wo mo di some cents e ka wo de ma na wato no ho some euro and some pound wo mo de count ne ma na wato no ho we request for paper and free because when them said paper there so we janu kra na to for man so bunu na betumi apro but rubber no there afibo na de she ho enu ti ni mradu say yen ye behwe me ye program bi wo local government institute me this topic no was creating wealth from waste na me research on it pa na kwa bia obo intention so be ye waste management pa hu na osminto man am say me ma dwuna matrasi ahihye bia me re be yem consultancy me ton ma o just like that ebura no a ye no eyem faso entu ya zoom lion na ni landfill site no ni baby o ye nyina wasa build recycling equipment to ho baby o ham de compost into omu yi niema no a ye betimi dey fertilizer men kan fertilizer na me ma me atiase no mo de no aye nti so farmers day a eya na wom de KCPL yibi fertilizers bi ban efiri honom zoom lion de na oye must compost de ben KCPL no nti enuane ase no na plastics no so o san eyi no wa monane na aye granules no no mo de akoma atonwa ma companies na wo manufacture plastics ne others no. It is a quote that tangent. Ebeboa tema na me okay me nyamnya dum ne mo advocacy no yenya wa efi European Union ndibe hu a me kofa about 8 brand new compactor trucks by in the history of Ghana assembly bia nye bisada untimi mpo go compactor truck ba komboarding pa abai grant mi abai ma assembly no abako ba minya nwotwe brand new tier rubber electronic and one pager baller no anything any containers be 1000 buy and necessary chromo no containers which are na two back here brown na back here blue na back was meant for dry waste into dry waste
by so
dry waste be dry waste you know and no chire paper plastics bottles and then as for metals and you do there recycle. I can't believe it. And a wet waste you know aduane ase into sa pro obi wi ni don pe bi ni nambia went me no do koto agusa ne ma no so no ye collecting nyina tini establishes of 4 compost sites near the no beko ho near the aye fertilizer ama ekwafo na within the Kumasi metropolis no na ye mini recycling no ye ho procurement no could do stage B program no na ye piloting time do ye no the men no free ho into mint can so far the akwakodru no but we tried and no sooner ye side the assembly come by me to quite call Columbus Ohio that it was my private visit na ye party for no ye programming no invited me to be quiet no na took the opportunity to visit the mayor of Columbus. And I'm catching say me person who waste department penino because one hono eti tina me person me sua bibi nti ono ade ne car edi me trem ene wo ma no mo koe no ekọ mo site one ekohwe ha wo mo pretty wo mo nema ya ba no na me bisa ne say enkranki to akra no se omo ye plastic ewura no nasifo no a ebi de shower omo school bag mu se trash me in menwa asma kajan say ye de kire wo omo school enunti me bae no ye pilot 2B into the 5 sub-metros massive ye schools and ye pilot schools na ye pilot no ye mom sisa plastic they mom containers ne some plastics no we teach them every segregation no say be yam be sort to plastics ne others no from into ye kwa no niema no de bia ye no ye competition krama wo mo the difference is about 3,000 euros. Some phantom computers, na for na from school no. Into one day guso, and na me no ka say. Okay. Make me am the list crowd kwa be no tuna kubisa. Nti ya dia no enso hyem kora no mu. No am be fia wo ba kora no. Okọ school ba. No ko say kire ni say. Man in Obefi na kwa Obesasa Obeka said that I mean what's happening and then kwa no so Obusa asem na akwa we say man no nam the siswa no enka asem na asem bando ndo go pass your body chale ah omo ebe eno besiso enti gradually but a expensive business and a young enforcement now work on so no ye me wo say be nkrofo piko court o bebre ye fine nkrofo bebre ba kwa ba nkra de because of that so be to about MVP and I'm too ye say ni pam pimpim anwu from yare nsu anyire a nti ye ho adwana say ni ka so ye ho flooding commercial flooding wo ho pa baby about cotton TUC area the whole flood pa na tonsu Jofra area how did them so down ha
still crash challenge Jofra airport no sanico remo crew is it crew from the chem so
yeah Zen Petroleum wamni ye collaboration bi into ma be engineer ho adley drains are kese underground nti ni ya twa na de akobo kese no a ekwa aboabo no mu nti be for the past 5 years 4 years you know a home flooded
all right me yakwaba yeba we have a discussion hanum see yintiwi yakwaba we have a discussion
you see
let's be extremely careful. If we hadn't insisted on the rule of law, stretching it, let's be honest to ourselves, Tachi Kwesi will not be sitting here today. Because they were going to do everything to jail him. But we insisted that the rule of law must work. Process must be followed at every turn. And God being so good, he's the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs today. The stick you will use to beat Amma, use it for. So let us follow the law. And the law grinds slowly, but it doesn't stop. Jail them, jail them, jail them. Will you be there forever? History has taught me that much as, and no matter how beautiful you think you are doing, change is inevitable one day, perhaps 40 years, but one day. You want them to use the rule of law for you too, when that time comes. If they are wrong, in the space of time we have, I can guarantee you, the work that the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General are doing, if they are wrong, they will be jailed. If they are not, they will be acquitted. Period. But don't breach or tamper with process. It is all you have. Trust me, when everything is said and done, it is law. That's all you have. And the law is the process. So let us follow the process. And you will find out that one by one, those that need to account will be accounted. Why? Our own sister has been extradited. We are trying to extradite a finance minister to come and just answer questions. That is also going through process. So bear with us. We will not do it. It is wrong. And we cannot condone wrong things. Let us do what we as NDC know how to do.
Asempa FM.
Enjoy homemade taste of Shito, always with Didi Shito. Made with carefully selected ingredients, no preservatives, no colorants.
Preservative just helps us natural we taste, spicy we eat.
Didi Shito, if you DNA. This advert is FDA approved.
Ayampo, say a quantum ye can do him. Now one could be a na yells at him. And no more brain, a gun addition, no one conformance. The outia when you beje, and it your rubber.
So cry you, yes, slow at all a year 20 inches. 3 days yet to be wait a year.
NNT Tiabrochenko mo akwa mankwa akuntejo edi bro wa sempa 94.7 FM so
idru me nda na se nwa no ama no ne yo mosua kakra yo mosu ahunu yensu yatie yenyina trasia ni aka bom
meme da bia e bonosia e premu se ya ekosi no watwe twentwere ye ho e wo abrochi se de yakohu ene de abedru fie de yehu ni ehwe de ye ne de aba de enye no eni kwase ye
ze na je se abrochinkoma na dimu tintimpa
ye bewe no ma hodo a e won kofo aman so a ye betimi de aboa Ghana amna fa ne to ma pefra o manyi buntu na habot sign passport won sensem ni nyina ye de bro e wo abrochinkoma dwumadi yi mu ye besa so mo akwanya no wakyerɛ wadwen.
Robert David Mikasa free Germany. Kobe. Yeah, Amsterdam. Concept was for our chief where woman and then woman program no aso project no
Shanison, say a minute the beer. 6 p.m. Boganie
You will laugh, you will cry, you will fall in love. Introducing Novelas Plus, the new destination for romance and telenovelas on DSTV and GoTV. Get swept away by shows such as Saints and Roses, Forbidden Love, Be My Sunshine, and more captivating stories. Tune in to Novelas Plus on DSTV channel 133 and GoTV channel 134. Novelas Plus, feel the beat of love.
The future of finance is digital, and the future starts with a conversation. How can technology expand financial access, empower small businesses, protect consumers, and drive inclusive economic growth? Join EcoBank Ghana and Joy Business for the inaugural EcoBank Joy Business Financial Dialogue Series under the theme Driving Financial Inclusion Through Digital Transformation. Be part of insightful discussions on digital banking, mobile money, fintech innovation, cybersecurity, and the future of financial inclusion in Ghana and across Africa. Date, Tuesday, 28th of July, 2026. The EcoBank Joy Business Financial Dialogue Series, shaping the future of finance in Africa. Don't miss it, live on Joy FM and Joy News. Physical attendance is strictly by invitation.
If you want quality, this be where you belong. Oh, gonna shout and sing the song. When the sun they hot, syntax no break when the rain they fall. Still no shake. Builders they choose and plumbers they prove. Any project you they start.
Sami Soriano Pa, Kel Chaco toothpaste na midi chuchi missing. And mommy confidence, the morning in her.
Sewishia amana misifit gusuna misrea. Eyo wawahu. Me the Kel Chaco toothpaste. Any chuchi missing. Obadi any pie will be muno. Any dia Kel Chaco toothpaste. A boy single by a free mwawa. A boy single to crow. A siashi. Any numunka. Sure say, amani Kel Chaco toothpaste in Sunny. Yet the center for.
Media magic Chaco toothpaste at Tubi. Nisuna no piana dwa mekodano. And my messie fita. Confidence level kwaso. Etibinama. Na misita tipuni neguso.
En kaneno ania mamenu di bidie tutri seno. Asaya bebi mo. Bidie wo Kel Chaco toothpaste muno. MSC fita. En mana hoden. Nesa yin kabia. Mo wanu mi ram. Enunti mo amonom coffee, wine, any tobacco e kamo sesono. Abama mo Kel Chaco toothpaste. Sankofa ENG.
Kel, happy smile.
You know how money moves in Ghana and across Africa. How it really moves? It doesn't move once a month. It moves 100 times a day on EcoBank's digital platform. Airtime for that your sister. Transport for Papa. 500 Cs for Saturday's funeral. 2,000 naira for the cousin sitting jump in Abuja. Because we don't just move money, we take care of people. Money moves in every direction. Uncle to nephew, nephew to uncle, sister to brother on Monday, brother back to sister on Friday. And it moves together. The funeral contribution, the susu, the wedding levy, the hospital bill in the family WhatsApp group. In Africa, money is rarely one person's transaction. It's many people moving small amounts toward one purpose. That's how money moves here. And there's one bank built for it all.
Africa, 34 nations, one heartbeat, one screen.
EcoBank, the only bank built for the way Africans move money. 34 countries, one screen. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Africa, yeah.
She said the air to be out there. And so she knew from the report no way. Dunya, so many person here. And so she knew but some producers will feel be one. I mean, ideas and the Kuno. The Biania drink for Frau, and so I'm on 2 Bianim. So gay, Dean say, I have some drain when you.
Eyesikasem. Bills wo idea. Menye comment na mantua bio. Ye wo free emergency loan, kosi salary loan, working capital, ni startup loan. Bills say instrucra. For Ghana card be apply eniya. Fresh 0596 920 833 and now 0302 200 390. Bills. For Sikasem how nyina bedaye.
Ensema wudwa esinyina emu akesia ewasa wuti biara asempa yetia ena obetino asempa yetia eye kasebo a yede brawo ewo asempa FM enwenu nsia empire mu 6:30 sharp ensema wudwa esie ye wuye ni nyina yede brawo asempa yetia eye straight to the point essence asempa yetia.
Change is in the air at the Joy News Habitat Fair.
Africa Queen Macro.
Wamanghene pamena sante. Wamanghene pamena sante. Wamanghene pamena sante. Wamanghene pamena sante. Watena say wakari awante.
Well, we are back. Damu say hi Asempa 94.7 Ekosi Senjumedi na yegusu 47 minutes after 5. Lots of your text messages about Major Brain Makinkani na Adama Mameka as a former mayor Kumasi. And a potential first vice chair for the New Patriotic Party, Ira Sampaya Wana, Ira Donko Fuseni, National Service in Charge Operations Deputy. And Okuani, Metados now.
The one is Kanu.
Yes, I share with you, Dr. Alexei Vifia, the born voice is OT. Yen tie into happenings in the system now, i.e., especially Muhammad Dennis Miracle Abuaji. So, what is happening on this matter of bill conditions? Surprise, what's happening? What's happening?
Kamera Mindawasi. And a pay kind. Ebo Jasusem. Na me repeat. What can I say? Maybe me ba studio. Haya. Ena me can say. Enyema bi omo ye no. Omo kan hu say. Konfo no. Jode kom no. Mo friend is Bodua no. Nature nantwe bi sisi achi o. Nantwe no de no ho no. Bodua no anka ni padua no ho anka ni sisi achi forever. Nti konfo no so anka ni nsem forever. Enu nti ye bibia we should be circumspect. Ya kamia ko say enne endi saba we say bail conditions no abeye means of punishment. Now when him say Ghana say or ha no your court system no every offense is bailable. Enkane no na kotomo na uko defile obi armed robbery, murder, any other first degree felony cases no na nkanye bailable. But ni nyine bailable. Enti ade na bechi obi na de na shem be nanan eni achiri na be mano akobi de ka suffocating bail conditions. Bail conditions aso mini emia o mini kum. Timi enkeka ne mamomu a onya obi no standing surety ni na se for mano no. Na wa sheda epesa utiti mu nti no wodi na tum. Sebe fi asoma woka no. Ase hihye no. Ye gina cha ye boy ensem se ye fa omuntumi ye fa omuntumu no. Ye nkai se ye nka hoda. Of which I agree with him. Okay? Na me gidi se fu se di don kono so tie no pa. Asema ba ne ye kakura ye menua kuma miracles aboagidie. Omahene, what's why inviting Nipano on occasions? Nipano at your maimu or indicating say obey there's nothing to show so Ojani. Meaning why? Or no one didn't pay 2 coin a quaman on it, meboa.
Correct.
Or no one didn't pay a buyer. You see, maybe they stop order. And I was shocked when senior journalist BTTV soon someone knock na entune ndra. Se so de nine ne sa obeji do de besane. Nipan oba o. Enti omahene hwan no pese odwane efi mra ho a okọ de ne pebeba. Hwe wuni aba sedram tamaklo ationu. Oka se ne ho mfa no oman no ma ne kwan se yare de emfa ni agro kokoro yare mebo a okoi onu de oye na jin se onsan ma no ye de mra ene kofa ne baaye ojase miracles emra bia nkofa na ama onu ana de ne pe baaye into why that embarrassment see a bechi no ewo airport ebi no am de ye hanan no omu wie nso a charges ade be kan wasem ni nyina ne be ni we mu mahu miracles are publishing na yibi o se 55 million no a wo mo kan ho asem no a remoacha ade be to abonten no okoya kura no na numa se na odin honum no yanka ho asem da krumpoda so bo a mesume boa but the state no sign wom nenti atusuan pa se sansem nti no wa fa no a nka akọ nka amobo so nti wo yesa no a mo ye ayese mo de title bi hwe Muntaka Mubarak honorable interior minister on the floor of parliament eno tu na num tuo say bill conditions e koso no e kame akoye say ye de twi obi aso wasi ama baby kura no ama congestion about prisons no any cells ni bim enyo anu kuna aka o Haruna Idrisu honorable education minister waka similar thing nenti woni futufo a na akono obi tunu ba fa wuntie bi into why would we go ahead and do that say at some council mo ye dia mo bia kana no atum dia omahene won be chi nyina agum hwe baby a wotie na osebo nsu Philip Obi ena tiwo na baby a fuseni donkotie na nana ya adwanto a honotie ena sampan meti baby a metie asama nana ya adwanto akan ni say womum twam obiara enka sentia Mahama president said the year between 2012 and 2016 no wa baby an ye be fawo owie no o saka zizu say meti ama no dendenden no say invite me yoko ya invite me BNI ya invite me all the police service CID and every week me come back me nya no dia betra ha which means say ono so no oni president no bona kra na o oti ni chain office oni ni din komo inti e pa wo mu boni nyina no oti bi
that I don't know me so ejuma ojubli
ana me say ono no onka say no body no yakaze obi nbi no kwa na kra na say nya boni na say wutu no for tufo oni na say mo ye bibi otre oyonku ni din komo inti pa wo say nyina on body ojubli atro oti bi ede tu no be kan kire obeka o kan sa asem ni kire bi no e was studio ha eno mu plane out hwenkrofo fa enne abrantie bia oni okakokofo asem ne nasefo yesi akopiki no
enne
ni videos do the we show video akopiki no den ko police station say akoka say police say yentua wo mu kan de be na eso akasa ati aban.
That's not possible.
Why is it not possible? Why is it not possible?
Are we sure about this?
Let me send.
Hey, it will be a bit of
oh, and I'm one more hey. Did you make send the video now?
That's what I say. We can't.
Was it?
Unkanche de wakano. Any foul.
Into yam foul be our krum ha. Fuseni misro wo person utra akonwa a wotitu yi edi twa ho ko ba di twa ho a
Godwin Akogan say position be na o contest no so person ohun de obetima ye
me hian de
ya go gusonsa ka se de mecha o
ka ja me hian ni pa boss mi we say me hian bibia on the according national communication officer na me ko
me hian found one publish
me hian fast
go to back first by that vice chair MPV so
Akogan the better besos no ubehunu enti we say nyina enti Fuseni ubetu aka kire me say yenchi nkrofo wo krom ha se o musuzu o makaseti ya president na sifo bebre
esu se obi didi president atem or threaten president nkwa e different for so kaseti ya president
ene ubie phone lines e wa adom obi ka sembi mikwa na free mi we ye fi o se branch bi o kasama a great minister say ya fi friend Sam Hunto aseden me call back ko check in videos or power radio any XYZ and some of Kafa president Akufo-Addo ho no say na nke bia atwa ni mere enso obi antino obi amano ho wa ye kan be kan chen say yanchi obi a na me am wo fase fanti comedy no yam piki omu nyina
den wo ye see
yam piki omu e dey no ye
shouldn't be
can be tolerant at times
sometimes
enra graphic corporation we one worker praise for abu no pasa say akobisa question mistaken identity
we dem fan for that by
na hwan
your madie and say obo akọ identity akọchi o say omo na mo nya omo
enano wo na chese nya nipa no asia ne nkombe ye no mebo
which is wrong so that
na ya kanu today why tell me say mistaken identity no onye nipa
president ni africa
nipa that graphic enemy enye nipa da ho no enye nipa oya adoye oya otwen enti onye nipa enti say mistaken identity why would you say mistaken identity let's say misampan na wo mu pay for data nkasi ya na be ye me
they will answer for
and this is what is happening
nana ya jantu asosrew enkomo na odi atudwa ebra oni ho no enye sa na tie
na say mini na tia no kan na what's it then
enye no krese ono osi omahene Sampine is not telling the truth. I have not told him anything.
Hey,
why is Sampine talking about me when I am not there?
No, no, Akufo-Addo no na netia.
You know your prayer warrior. You.
Nipa ti play mo a omu say yankunton atu owiem de. Neta no nya nwanwa. Wana no be nwanwa chezi. Into mahire. Enema we say esi nyina wo ya no mo be justification ene nanu bia momo ye say yes enanu bia ye say ye no wo kan den se wo ka say enye dia ene a wo say wo preach ma Ghana for say ye anya nema ye nema true kanti no ba be right no eni say wo ye me brusu mpo say dia wo ka say na nye do eni say kwada tangent mo pa ye Missy one no more Ghana sika yes so more Ghana sika abo Ghana ka running to billions. Honorable Dominic Ayani Attorney General of a pain the court and as if be the nolly prosecute French Latin no nolly prosecute no prosecution and one more a form wadi Omu tu omu fie boy condition ya bofu from dia bekwan omu we salad no win whiskey na abranti ensuo afa onene ma se na japade nyina tu kwan ba mo consider mpo mo nwini nipa ho obi akotum 4 days wasa akofa twamene bill say wa mususu say 55 million to ankope ejapade ana niema do 50 million and am nka say on to scan nya am nko aden the plea bargain sa na mfre no so ko pescan ba na nya yes sanity e sa ye nhye no man mu enti o ma hene segbe fi asoma waka no obi antie no especially NDC for say no address NDC for
NDC
na nye abonje sofo efie ni fie enti muntie no na mo justification na mo de ba mo besoso so no me nya sure self tin don ko pay asema say if you can say bet me be anything otherwise
gagging
me gagio me bet me gago ye gagio wo na twa pim kura wa ngu na me na bet me gagio
yada we adu so fa ho ben
me na bet me gagio den twa na me ben pim kura wa ngu me na bet me gagio nti besre de ekoso wa manu mu no enye na me de ya me ya eye binum a yesusu se wo munum mra no e binum a yesusu se you from say CSOs e bia wo government WhatsApp platform so and some no mutro na at times who can bia one year asme be free one maba no enye say credibility what any power wenim nyina nil neutral to be crophobia non so academia a woman na Ghana 40 wo na no wonder mpanufo be wam se den wam se akora me ya wonsu akora wonsu nge ni ma me de for tunanum onum me anazo se ye ka koko bi mani di anamu amu ayifue mu eskafo ni nkrajifo amabai mu koto konkomaduane bi eya na your friends o man hin say enu anu am de mama no konkomu nuane mo tete bi man no me a onsu biem it is an asem na badia ene na yehuma o my Ghana
2 minutes after 6 Asempa 94.7 ekusi say ana aguswa uti na ohwe bebia obiano what are the lessons? What do we do? How do we present the whole case enye persecution enye I'll show you where power lies. It's not a matter of partisanship. We are working within the confines of the law.
Omahina mamenchia onu atiefo na menchia wa onua Eric AJ Udia wa hafu brother no.
Yes. Omo comedy release biaba.
Me send na me nukra na me ba.
Yes.
Me dey fa also.
Comedy release biaba.
Me yi uni sampanya dance here.
So
wa kope 100 million abeto for startups. National Service Poultry Farm a startup. Me sre no ye dey propose eba. Omuni venture capital ko bofu to.
Yes.
100 million Ghana cedis.
Very good initiative.
Eric AJ me sre you can dem na uyi wani a yebeka na bonte
startup say one more SW obesta and some crab be was startup
there be sampaye ma once we ba ko preacher man Mr. no see papa o farms ye besi ebiem.
Oh, okay.
You besi ebiem say you processing plants ye see
money ebe compete.
Oh, the beer as I hear. They say yes, I see 150,000 broilers production. Look, they fully automated. Into every 2 months, beer ebe produce. And you know, we dem Mr. Me feel ha me de me name madam ye ba. Ye ba be hunu.
Startup.
Ejumawura. Yes. Ejumawura. Oma boss afo na to for Ejumawura.
So we hear about 20 or 50.
Oh, we every
day. Now budget man.
Somebody venture capital na
okay. So there is a busia bisa.
Venture capital.
You be pia.
Na wo ma de be mo metia de.
But if you are giving it to national service,
you can na mudi come nkrofo a che de ya pocket susu.
Two faces. We have the household one and we have the commercial.
Na household de
it comes at no.
Who could did it choba? Who did it choba? Na di fia. Dia who did it.
Adia o kanunti no.
Member ho me say ye ha say who could toba so betuaka wo ba fie ne anu aduane ma wa wuntuaka
wo akọ homa
na wo de kwam kitin de call domestic no ye ntuaka
na so man ko credit nkran ne yete so o ma hene me hwe me nuanu we mo hu e wo se o te o mase e bi se wo hu aponchi be mama ntama enja wo kasatentia ebeja onu dwatoa Ebi na 2 people. So everybody should understand them. Ade no ma hu mantam. Appointed be man so do tia. Say wan ko wi obi aduane e ba ko wi obi afu. So for me, me ba na we interview bi. Enura video bi bae. Ewo parliament. Na me ka say me nua pani no ko be sie bibi afrim. Okay. Say Ojina Parliament House of Record, I can say NDC only any policy document in the house.
One can say only.
Also,
one mention one policy.
Very good.
And a mobile document.
There be also a
policy document. Policy.
No policy document has been laid. That was emphatic. And I'm sorry to say that you.
And we will mentorship. And the mentorship. Jaya de Crow.
Mami Kamaso Kasana Miwaha. He challenged him until you could document it, and son on one idea to say, oh, dear Ira Haruna Kansana, he's vindicated. And then he's repeating the same thing. What only a year interview, Ubisa question, Biso, and no Ubisa, your friend is saying, Ira governor, Emma governor in Tinga Yan, Ubisa say, dollar na, ye de support CD, no, market intermediation, no. $1 ni free. What is the source? Emma government me no. See, creating the impression as if say this is the first time intermediation in the forest market is happening. Omahene, between 2022 to 2024, Ghana spent $7.4 billion for market intermediation alone under the MPP. 2022 to 2024. $7.4 billion. And almost spend a year. Sometimes the year could do upon Kruma and Bisa, Addison, Canofuriata said almost near you.
Was it saying
2022 to 2024?
How many 2 years?
How many years? Most spending $7.4 billion.
And I'm saying January.
Oh, Mameka, you see, you are presenting the thing as if said ABC Dow. So look at what you are spending. Omahene, aside that, you left an import cover of 4 months, which was 9 billion. Abayi by 1.5 years, we paid Muko 13.7 billion, which is 5.7 months import cover. Unsenansiya yura ato force nkule is it GANRAP our parliament. Sir, you perceive you build your foreign reserves or pursue move nuko at least best $24 billion, sir. You bet me best 15 months import cover. Eba ne say na Kwabena Trump onde ni niema kobo na Netanyahu mu a omoko almighty Germany ni asifonya they were rationing fuel. I don't know, shock na hit Ghana some Nigeria is suffering. Most African countries were suffering some.
So in effect, what do you want to be saying?
In effect, they say, you see, they be no I said I know na Baumia the gold purchase Baumia gold purchase preceded Baumia. The Baumia Baye was oil for gold, which was also a form of saving forex. But gold purchase under the Bank of Ghana preceded era even Rollins time war. So you see, Nemani Bioye said that through it mislead the public just to create this affair. That is not a campaign. Because we get there, the facts will come out.
But do you have a difficulty admitting, say, Dr. Bawumia and the MPP, that initiative for gold for
oil? No, nobody has disputed it. It's even still under investigation, because the actual quantum of gold in a forest is still in dispute. Nobody is. It was part a form of what reducing the forex because now sikan komodebo kwakoto oil no. Omudi gold ni be it's almost about $3 billion in its savings no year. What I say ebuaye and yes that would have been a hard end dollar forex and kwakope ediakoto oil no, but because of the gold for oil it saved Ghana that amount of money. Nobody is disputing that, but gold purchase under the Bank of Ghana it has always been there. in fact yenye gold board a yedia benu ama epejemu. So there is more savings. So if there is more savings, your reserves will go up.
So the attribution is
it is a reserve kosura. Na say be upe forex, you don't now go to the open market to buy forex. You have some to push in. The man ko yet said here obi se kon e bi no print dollar bi be gum. What is that? O say atrebe say that calculating throw no ni atua tum just to confuse people.
It's a fact. Bank of Ghana no the kind of way.
Sure.
Another cash of every month
yes,
got about $1 billion.
You've been doing it. You were doing it. So why do you make it look as if
then the source of the dollar is the go for reserve program no.
Sometimes me say adia na
no. Any uncle parliament no
ko for about 7.4.
Me say uncle parliament.
And then it's as if it's the first thing is happening.
He's giving his responses already. So in public knowledge. That's why you are going to
that's what my friend with parliament.
I don't say the anyone say. As same na obeka chiro mu nyina no
a press conference
what the response is the crowd more dada so on and on till dom question as say it's already public knowledge. Why are you
no but mostly you meet the governor in camera, so why do you want to see public
or see on specific issues? One, normally they border on a national security
matters
and Anna or are they nyoma mean become or see most of these conversations is in the open, because when you question you ask for him to come already there's not the response no but no the response say
that is
so no he still doesn't understand.
It's not the norm say the Bank of Ghana governor by
but admit to say the doors are closed when you
see Kojo has a very funny way of misleading everybody. He's good at it.
No, it cannot be misleading. No, it cannot be misleading.
That's misleading.
Embellish half truth.
If you embellish something, is it misleading?
It's not true. It's not true.
Is it misleading?
I'm a public servant. Minya, Secretary Franklin, Kitty na Ohasano, Madam Roma, NSB. Unya Dominic Defu ya ya no de betina domi na se fonti ye hu be ye hi me free abemu 2017 na ato atane ne nkrofo kemi forensic audit am say 1 or 2 drobonso kwa more than 11 drobonso fia we o asa sabi asa obi bro no bi so akra no Yankwaya Assembly were subjected to 11 forensic audits.
I don't know.
We need the normal free me.
I want our area through.
Assembly is sending a number to
so I know what
we are chief executive of the district. When you're spending officer.
That is true.
It
is Kaba.
Go for a show, I see.
The auditor and the coordinating director and the FO mostly are the spending officers. You approve the vouchers and the friend is PVs. No.
Who's who approve no? One the documents in the bow.
Oh, so I've been through it before. Minim said the city. Edem haya na metiha. Me tumbra na matrisi metiha. Ubitiha. Nana miracles to her. That day, I remember very well. No, habitation I'm with the Mamon Crawford. Or are you a scam, a pasca, a settings?
And to much is all right.
As at the time, I know. As at the time, I know. Oh, daddy. Some point, assembly. No, as at the time, now, oh, Casasam, no. You had already been invited. But who say Yoko doesn't double in some of those things? Into Omeka. Attorney General also doesn't double in some of those things. Into Onosusu Bienano. Because investigation bekoswa omudi kan ye omudi to say the National Service the buy. We do our forensic audits. We forensic audits now. Mostly we submit to Auditor General. But near many be honor bro. Adrenaline so na who say adebi ade we die yeah the core public accounts are yentimi ya no quickly you bring in the Attorney General mo de ba Attorney General no hwema also okay we die ebia a normal stealing ana misapplication okay mo fanko CID ana we die there be this is an organized crime this is misapplication, misappropriation, stealing, defrauding, Mufanko Yuko. What I say? So, on no ba no advice. Into Ushaya, National Service ye buy for Fronano. As at between February to March, we were chasing after 560 million Ghana cedis. That is what the Attorney General was chasing until President here said there be shutty a system, no forensic audit in the system as well. Because National Service ye never system no. Your marketplace, your transaction, ana system no so no carbon. The obey who be trail. So it was until they went into the system and all the huge expenditures are national system no. That was why the Attorney General now reviewed it from 560 to about 2.something billion Ghana cedis. Because expenditures no akesiena no na system no. Until normally you forensic auditor. Niema you who said there be idea we there enchire because the auditors will ask you to answer. Not to also prejudice cases no. Some of the queries are a free particular audit no by no. As director of operations then, because na me na mehwe mfuo so na kumowu especially most of the heavy expenditures went there about entry your farms so no. So I had to sign some of the queries. The day I signed the queries no call the next day my office was broken into. You won't believe it. So some of the things you can, even the kind of threat messages I'm receiving here. Just because I signed some queries, no, it was as if say me na me try say me winch ante and I say me na me try say me implicating microphone. But these are queries I had bre me say me fan comma me predecessors no more, and I was just a conveying belt. But I was receiving threats. Oh, so near money because so without even your knowledge. So audit, conclude audit findings. They comma Attorney General also they are my Yoko saw an investigation so any out for investigation. All the 7 charges it was between the spending officer who was the accountant and you the executive secretary. Then according to Yoko no, about a week ago they realized there were 2 new evidence a border on defrauding and then what they call it stealing. And obviously they be waiting there. I will say you go to the next stage, which is the arrest. So they issued a stop because once they want to arrest you, any day amuni nipa na ye adwuma, obi so betina just afofo say okay, we be doing them say ahwa beba be pick you nti gina yie. Not out of malice, but obi so you be adamfo. So they have to issue the stop order. Stop order so mahene yenya de koto your entry or exit points now. Immigration application. Enti omoni dia twen say uduru a omodi can detain you say you can't travel because there's this stop order on you. Then they inform the authority now they beto hon say CID na de ba ya CID foi fuzeni amo peno no wabaha ye detain no nti de mo pesa mo de ne mo be fa na mo ne nkoka nti arrive at home na or travel where minia. And I make sure say stop order once it is there, it's effective. Whether you are arriving or going, you will be detained. That is a stop order. Yes,
there's a stop order.
There's a stop order until immigration funny the only name the entire they are also. Okay, wawadamfo kojochumboafo. It was the same thing. Also no oba or tietiemu or ye there until once ye mo anakoi. Or can the pimu who ya sing na ye mo anakoi. Because once there's a stop order, immigration for where they are to us, they will hand you over to the relevant body or no more. Honestly, na yuku ya.
No, now you telling us say now we move no the 2 crime.
No, he travel. The stop order can come behind.
I try to be some of
the according to Yuku, the stop order went when he had already left the jurisdiction. But I know some just say walk you say walk it is still there. Oba they will quickly implement it. It has happened severally. And I make sure say so once it happens like that, meaning I mean yoku penny. And I mean name dear a co-muntia such your friend is saying bail conditions are actually determined. But causing financial loss to the state and I say misappropriation of funds, stealing. The agenda of the state is to recover what has been taken. Until Konofurata issue by now you this kind of things say the BBC too because this you say or man actually baby. What I say? So until your mommy said nam dear by name so obi betime to kwan ya on baby. Because from Rollins Pencil, Vito Salome, Kwame Pepra, Omunyinawi, Sipayan Kimunya, we know that they were all here. They faced it. Uba after John Mahama Pencil, Yera Omufre from Munyina, they faced it. Me Kumasi SFU. They called me because by then I awarded a contract to somebody and I almost Montiase. I me call Ibisa myself, me call me baby, obey me by news. And so, if we are calling for accountability, now the processes of accountability are being, your friend is saying, implemented. Why do you want to? It is the same as Obianka 55 million Ghana cedis are similar as or minus what you know.
Obianka said nobody should be accountable. Nobody has said so.
So what is the real?
What we are saying is the capricious means that we use to sub process in America.
Debut. And my
process saying
stop order is not an illegal means. Stop order the nyaba by all means.
Stop order now will stop him from going to his home and
no. Yes.
And I'm going outside the country.
No, because there's a stop order on you if you leave.
Yeah, they're about to us and say, oh, but you might have a mononia. Most of you are peculiar. Into Oregon and no, Ojanako said it were another Ojanako.
Stop order, Nicha say. Oye do her, Munditaining a Maye. And yes, I will free her. Yenny beam. That is the stop order.
Drama, yes, we don't see the man here, Juma, and for pen the best you too.
You see,
so punish you, because I say,
we don't understand why the
because oral is dead. That was Asempa and Tiani Betchana. Asempa,
and it mean a basis.
Because I don't argument.
Oh, much so the entire no money Kasa. Dave, you see. You bet me afro say charges are dear bony.
Also,
that is what you would think. But almost they have their ways of questioning you
about it.
You may think that maybe so say and 55 million. No, who cry me?
That's what you tell you.
Kwakwana
system we say me kwata
say ana ne yemfrɛ
kwakwana system we say me kwata say nyeden
we that ya say
ana just me need to
for a bit of clarity Dr. Nana Atuata.
Yes,
Oboridi.
We see he was head of the audit team and we invite him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that was all.
Yeah, he was the head.
Okay,
yes.
All right. So more sending doctor messages, no, for clarity, no.
No. He was the head of the local government audit team, our Moba Ashanti region.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I think just twice. Okay. That was it.
Okay.
That's what we have about 25 times.
11. Only 2. Some of the original one. How many times? 11. When be and I and we yoko no one when. Then I'm more sure Drobon Secretary on number.
That's a beer. Yeah, Mammy Casam Joe. 2023-2024 KMA Auditor General's report were indicted to a BBM.
That's what you are indicted.
The facts here fraud that number of times, you know. We quite so see a claim. So if they have doubts about things, they invite. They did not arrest you. Obi and fast stop or down to us a man called Robonso.
Oh, Jawasem. You didn't know.
Nani Poba or Belcrapim, Wisdom Quana would and edit to what the man called Robonso.
Some fire up my head.
Oh, my name. You see, maybe say, let's all allow the systems to work. You see, we can have our challenges, we can have our differences about the challenge. It is not my MP before Yanity said here.
Mama Sumon said reset the money yes, it is
not. You see,
it should not come across as such.
I
say Adenako persecution. I'll show you.
That is not the truth.
So
it's the narrative of the MPP.
No,
narrative. Mama, let me give you an example. What's a narrative?
Hold on, Meba. It can't just be a narrative where you have a revered person in your party like Haruna Edusu raises an objection to cruelty in terms of bail conditions. A lawyer, just a normal person. Or here you are, another revered person raising issues about governance. Because even if it's 40 years, so it's pointing to the fact that it's very important.
You see, you should also look at the psychology of the MPP now. Ebiane say, won't me dear by a whole minority got now for moon. Treat no money, almost a ball for
you are in the system. And you know you are in the system already. This should not be news to you.
Central Maker say it shouldn't be about what they are saying or how they want things to be done. That shouldn't be the narrative.
You have a certain responsibility, onerous one.
Yes.
When everything points to a certain fact that at this point, your party be any leaders be a Ghana for every issue mupa at the NDC.
That is
so clearly sometimes on your measurement too.
I understand you clearly.
No, form so bad you assume not to baby that. They met my catcher and say sometimes upa so bad they up your game. Let us standard that Mama said it. But in our quest to reset, we are doubling the mistakes of Sampai.
Also say what we are dealing with are people who know how to tell lies, people who know how to deceive. What you say? Okuta pe crown watermelon. That is MPP for you.
Hey, now
for me,
as a song I ban
what to me the Omukotena form? Eko sui. Eko kamu. Eye the ombe bi anso ne. Want to me na ye plea bag no.
Omahine. Yati and the president. If you are talking about lies, President couldn't assume peso. I can't say obituary lances, teacher lances exams.
That's your area. It's when you bring home.
Obayano or so on kind.
Doc,
also on what here and was automatic posting. There could be a chantra and then for chantra. We be sang NDC for one can be. If any Jayama, the program, a Yamu Kosa, Yakasa Brunsa to Ghana. I hear President Court me Piabo.
We are resetting.
We won't be obsessed. We are resetting. From the two boho.
We are resetting, so a lot should change in terms of our thinking and our behavior and the way we act. It's very important. We cannot continue to do the same old things and say reset it. That's why we should be careful. Doc, we with them
same number. Asem so bad number.
It's a man for the other job. Yeah, I know, say.
But the common and ye more. Oh, a toda said the okay. And yet say ye nim and I say yempe. The here pa ye niyano. Niyano. Enyemresa. Adi papa bia ye de bre amani hunu ene apeye ene yede ye nyana hoguno so. But so easy convenient say near emwa man chichire no ye befa sa kwan no so. Eno ne familiar pass na da bia yedi binuanu nyina se mo mu kan. Obia de obefa bia eyiwum. Obefa bi so won ma ensi so. Look, there say moi. Sampampa say minia ai Dr. Fuseni. Or ye chief executive Trobonso. Ne term Uriye no. Sebi Sabreno. All the institutions of accountability Ghana never who. Auditor General's report, Attorney General's outfit, Ghana Police Service. Me ya yokoni OSP no me momudi because I have a problem with those officers. It's a problem of principle. Even notwithstanding what the Supreme Court will say. Obian honu asente yo munisika. And they fund yoku. any OSP truly nkobe establishing. What's the core duty and function? Take it prosecutorial, take it investigative, take it arrest. And look, fast with the creating my woman. It's problematic, and there's a challenge at the Supreme Court. I won't talk about that one. Justice J.N.K. Taylor, Ghana's Lord Denning, 1993, and author article be the unconstitutionality of the Serious Fraud Office. Yoko and your friend Yoko, Nidia Yadisha SFO.
Serious Fraud Office.
Serious Fraud Office. That article is there. Legislative alert. 1994, August. But the American say, Adenti and a investigation, papa, and yes, CID. And a Naminia don't call the year okay. At the end of his tenure, and yes, he a quack, my idea will nay, I know that. Why should we ever justify it today? And you tell me what problem with me condemn on Nadiano. No be catch me say, and no be see ye. And no DNC and me condemn ye. I talk against it. Many openly, the number of years he stood trial, I had issues with it. Now investigation a yieldy good result. A yielding successive prosecution, no, it is not done with noise.
Because who come with them? Because, for instance,
it is done quietly, professionally, tight. Yeah, the boa of you who now, check it through this Fourth Republic, particularly there's from 2009 EBA. From Ghana at 50 report ever. The yaya who did the beer moody or he and a said Yako successfully a prosecuting the panel and conviction. Of course, you make an exception of said in Adia or call or no so or Ujania and say Awaba and no a conco.
Only this way.
She's in the prison officers. She's in prison custody.
The prison bay.
Now send me a prison by the you're in prison. Yeah, you're in prison. You'll be if you want, you can file question with the prison office. And I said, clear ministry.
And no crying, and no, no.
There is no way, say, bet me and let me say this. And upon me kai baby me senior Godwin Akogan one time see entina ne bu yefu later me train mu about enye ntu aba or offline no yachi obi a oye MPP functionary party no bitimi akokasa ma no and this is what we have seen in the case of Abuajimi Rakemibwa yachi NDC ni na NDC 4 rally and also there are many examples as such. Na me amendo amanyeku bia yi so e
wow atu jijiriji
school for no beba
you see but I didn't tell my miracle in school for nko I didn't tell my don't confuse in school for nko wow another me can say me senior antuma say if you take data and I'm happy all of us here you need data NDC membership and 2 million on paper on record NPP membership and 2 million. Now their votes are omunya cry at the end of the last election 2024 put together from 12 million. Your voter register no quite about 12 million. Enti modudo no now they compare Ghana a population of 35 million. You are in a minority. And yet what do we see? Akwaya say yankasa NDC dimu yankasa MPP dimu asema ye kana enye Ghana asem eno na make see antima say it is arrogant posturing because Ghana is bigger than NDC MPP party na me don CPP. There was a time the CPP was the giant political party the whole of Africa. It became the bulwark of the anti-colonial organization in Africa. And the CPP no way.
Okay, Doc, I'm watching, but Akoga, briefly on what in Koma AD. Mujini say, no, I couldn't answer. Communication, I couldn't answer. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, it's me born about look at body minister, but what did the car side? Just wrap it up. What is happening?
First of all, I'm penny for more studio as in Kankan. And your studio now, a friend is saying, Unkura to be removed. And that's also my search. Now, you see, first of all, me, yeah, Pon Studio, make I say, politics, the way, sir, and Yamawi, and the wo, Edru Baby. And one here, we have a free campaign cry at the Ama, Nipana, a beer. You see, there are many ways. Meno, make I say, Ubi and Niwa, Yabechina, in Yabibiso. And it has been proven, say, Papa Nanka say, I can ask him as a brand, say, my friend is saying, miracle, no. You could know Kohodida. Ne patches on one Cassani Chimno, unim say assembly, because as long as you fro baku Nina so no or respond in assembly. Sometimes politicians ye pray home. Share and then a mail stay and crofua omoko BNI. Omoko Yuko
on invitations,
on whether on invitation or whatever. No, see me. Obi asoswa ye be arrest me bia na man invitation na we buso ansa na arrest na bem. Hwe wuntu me. How many times ni am frɛ no? Anka ye quiet obi ante ho asɛm. Na emum onu ankasa kɔ keka mu. Ghana fo mun sorry o ɛna ebe man ye dede. Anka nyesa anka police military hwan obiha emmemboko e friend say Jogati me so se munim say or report wo e friend say Yoko enye dededa napo onwampo ene baba ontin be ka so me ko Yoko eni bia na nyina wanka anka unim obi wo a ope dede around onwum asem yedu Abranti Edu Airport Miracle and our officers a beno. Omo beno so masa ye wo assembly e wo Yoko enu no ye hian e wo ho. Onu ankasa no ka se mo ma memre. Enu no ankasa
no officers nko butumi twema no nkofi.
Meba. Enu de ye nyina after thought na ye obi atumi ka bi. Enu no ankasa fa ni phone. E started so offer party for or friend lawyers.
Not now.
I will report the account.
Daniel Jatabu Masam.
I don't know what is oh yeah, the calls. And no deal at the call.
But the able say, are they better?
Could they have done it better?
Yeah, where these noise?
Baby, anything that you do, anything that you've done before, your mouth second chance, you may do it differently.
I know David and done it theory.
Why the two Nikafu in the bomb in a quarter? Style. And this person was invited to order. You have blade the cry. On one cassa, your hand coffin. Oh, on one cassa, Cotuna came and no more. Oh, was a man because you do or man, sometimes say, I saw what time. No, we do not.
Doctor and not what I say Opaucho for the records. Not a part of the transition team.
Okay.
On the auditing area, or mat to audit. But not a part of the
transition team on the local government. Yes.
It was just for the records because.
But I could go maybe not Eddie Edmond Pine.
Yeah.
And then Bevtin. Edmond
Pine.
On the onion group, the Akugambe man of fuel.
Akugawa
on the Yaman
Sonibi. You know.
National communication.
Now, Paul is also search.
Oh, Major, so.
Our damn.
But
madam for any
madam really behind you. Yeah, bro.
Let me tell you something. Let me put it on record. Say Messi Majai partisan politics. And don't just say me politics. What does it mean? That's your national politics. The nationalist politician. Me no me jina Ghana fa. Enti di obeya edi Ghana be kon kan bia no. Me support.
That's good.
No obeya di ebetia o my Ghana no. Me ye ni enemy. Enti me I offer my consultancy. Senior, so he has said, "Maybe more advice."
Kufa.
Advice. Yeah, put it here. Anything that best. Senior, so on call first vice. So here me consultancy and also it's available. Yeah, but we will negotiate. So you know, we have dignity. Sabi experience amount accumulating. CPP media chair for nearly 2.5 decades. Yes. Sir, my found my to me more.
Everybody they talk for me.
Ronald Reagan. I say politics is never a bad profession. If you succeed, the rewards are many. If you fail, you can always write a book. And I want to say that if you don't win political power, you can always become a consultant.
Exactly.
And that's what I am.
I don't be on TV.
I go get no. Say uhu ne o ka so yo
very calm.
Anya gumbe for the
Waman hene babena sande